Yo, yo, yo. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Sunday night installment of the show, coming at you live from the Nevada desert. As always, the dudes. The dudes with fresh haircuts. Both of us have had a haircut since the last stream. I'd just like to point that out. So, both of us are trimmed up, ready for this Sunday Eve. And, yeah, feeling good.
Yeah.
Feeling good now.
Feels different, huh?
Yeah. I'm feeling good now, though. I'm ready for the stream. It's feeling like shit all day, but I'm feeling feeling good now. Yeah. JT said, boys looking fresh. Thank you. But yeah, I just had a hangover all day.
Oh, no.
All day long. Yeah. But
Is there any cures for that type of stuff?
I mean, like food and water, Tylenol,
Food, water, and Tylenol?
Yeah. I guess it depends on like what's hurting. Like some people have a hangover and like just their stomach is bothering them. Like that normally people say like greasy food and like starchy foods, like bread and like greasy foods will just like make you feel better. I don't know why.
Usually when I get hungover, it's upset sour stomach.
Mm-hmm. So mine today was headache only, like strictly headache. That would not go away.
I think I get headaches from sugary drinks.
That's the thing, right? So I was drinking sake last night. So I guess it's like
that's not sugary.
Well, and long drinks also. Not last night.
Long drinks.
But during golf, I was drinking long.
And you
drinks.
drank them in the daytime.
Yeah.
So the sugars in the day when you're dehydrated, for
Mhm.
sure, that's gonna give you headaches.
Yep. We were in the sun.
Sake shouldn't give you necessarily a headache.
Yeah, I think it was just like the
Sake?
culmination of like drinking in the sunshine,
Yeah.
drinking sugary drinks, and then like
Yeah, you had a day yesterday, huh?
and then like coming down and then just going and drinking sake later.
You definitely drank enough during the daytime for like a proper, that's like
Yeah.
a proper day's worth.
Yeah.
And then you drank later that evening.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
Whew. Oh, so you drank sake, so that means you're probably eating fish too.
No, I was eating like you know what a hot pot is?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. We ate a hot pot at Alex's house.
All right.
So like soup.
Man.
Yeah.
Well.
Thank God I wasn't eating fish. I feel like I would have woke up like feeling way worse today.
Yeah, because that messes with my stomach like
Yeah.
a lot of exotic fish in
Yeah.
my stomach, dude.
Yeah, when I go to sushi and like drink sake and then wake up the next day, I'm just like,
dude, gross stomach feeling.
Yep. Just alcohol and fish does not mix well. Buddhist Reese, hello. Welcome to the show, brother. Hello.
How
you been?
People drink Pedialyte.
Yeah, that's another big one.
Right.
Electrolytes are huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was like my usual like hangover cure, at least when I was young,
Yeah.
was a bottle of Pedialyte and like I don't know, everybody's got different names for them, but a McGangbang,
Okay.
where you take the McDouble and you put a McChicken in it and then you close it up. So it's a McDouble with a McChicken in the middle of it.
Okay. So is that the greasy food idea?
Yeah, that's the greasy food. So I would do a bottle of Pedialyte, a McGangbang, and a large fry. Yeah.
Honestly, bro, not to one up you on the McDonald's, but like what I've found, because people always said that's my thing, right? Is I always tell people I'm like a rookie with the alcohol.
Yeah.
And so when I would get like after the party, when I would barely party, others would take me under their wing and they're like, "Oh, what's wrong? You got a hangover?" I'm like, "Yeah, upset stomach. I feel like I'm gonna puke." Oh, you should do greasy food. That's what everyone always told me. You just gotta eat some greasy food. So you know what I would go for? Chicken fried steak, dude.
Oh,
Go to because you're talking about
Hell
McDonald's,
yeah.
but I'd go to a restaurant.
Yeah. See, that's like McDonald's was always my go-to because like I couldn't like.
Yeah, you could just go to it on a Tuesday.
And
morning.
and it was like when I was young, like I would do that like when I was in like just like my college days and like barely turning 21. So it was like,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, it's gonna be quick, it's gonna be easy, it's right next to the house, and like I don't have to go spend like
easy.
good money at a restaurant.
Right.
But yeah, if I had my choice like nowadays, like as an adult,
That's like I found that's the best.
yeah.
Chicken fried steak
Yep.
and eggs, dude. Oh my god.
So as an adult, that's normally what I would do is I would go get a smoothie first.
Smoothie?
So I would go get a smoothie from
I love
Kiva Juice
smoothies.
because you're getting like your vitamins, your nutrients, you know what I mean? Like you're getting
Your
stuff
vitamins?
that's actually, your vitamins and minerals.
dude,
You're getting stuff that's like actually good for your body. And then I would go get like a chicken fried steak or biscuits and gravy, but like with sausage gravy, like something like hearty and
The
greasy.
way I think of the smoothies and stuff is like I would do the popsicles too. Is like
Yeah.
if you have upset stomach, you eat smoothie or popsicle because then when you vomit, it's like it comes out easy because you're just
For sure.
vomiting popsicles.
Of course,
Which
yeah.
is just water and sugar.
Yeah, it's great. Especially, yeah, if you eat
Or a
stuff
smoothie.
that's like McDonald's with fries, like that's gonna hurt coming
You know
back
what
up.
sucks is freaking wine vomits.
Oh yeah, just super acidic.
Anyways, let's talk about something else, dude.
All right. I was gonna say Pudis Dries chimed in on it that he said my go-to was a chicken parm sandwich.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. For
People-
a breakfast?
Chicken parms, chicken parms. People like chicken parms.
I like chicken parm, but like I don't know if
I
I'd like a chicken
don't.
parm for a breakfast.
I'm not a bit like I'll eat chicken parmesan, it's
Yeah.
fine, but I will never order a chicken parmesan. I'm kind of against that.
Oh, see, I would order it. Like when I go to Olive Garden, that's like my go-to. I never go to Olive
Dude,
Garden.
we
Like,
were-
don't get me wrong, I
yeah.
fucking hate Olive Garden, but
We
like
were- dude, oh my
if
God.
if I have to go to Olive Garden, I'll get a chicken parm.
I have a hilarious. I don't know if I'm gonna tell it here necessarily. It's not necessarily the place for it, but like I have a funny story just about. We were talking about Olive Garden and someone liked the chicken parm there, and I just kind of was judging. But
Yeah, it's definitely like a judgmental.
well, my thing is
Place.
like people like, oh, you go to, dude. There's nothing. Olive Garden's great. Free breadsticks. Don't
That's
get me
the thing,
wrong, dude.
right?
Don't get me wrong. Olive Garden's totally fine.
Yeah.
But there's something against like I have like this weird thing where like people are like, oh, I like to go to what do you like for Italian food?
Olive Garden?
No, not that.
okay,
That's fine.
I was gonna say.
That's
no,
fine.
it's not. Come on.
Bro,
Be
I
honest
don't,
with
I don't
yourself.
know if I can talk about this on Twitch right now, but I gotta like almost check you on your ego because like I was telling Otis a story about this guy that I know, you know, that had like brain damage as a grew up with it, you know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yep.
So I'm not gonna go too much more into it because it's gonna be like it's there's parts of it that are funny and you're like, oh, you're making fun of him. I'm definitely not. I love him to
Yeah.
death, but like, yeah. What if they like Olive Garden? You know, what if they told you that what's your favorite Italian place and they said Olive Garden? You're gonna shit on that person? No, because that person has brain damage.
Yeah. I mean,
But no,
I
no,
get
but
where
I
you're
literally
coming
was
from.
having that story with him, and
Yeah.
he loved the chicken parmesan there, and that's fine, you know.
I get where you're coming from.
Chicken parmesan, though, to get away from that subject, chicken parmesan. Here is my gripe.
Okay.
When people say, "Oh, you like Italian restaurants?" Yeah, I like Italian restaurants. What do you get at an Italian restaurant? And they say, "Oh, we're like, what's a good Italian dish you like?"
and they
That's-
say chicken parmesan.
yeah, because chicken parmesan is not an Italian dish.
Yeah.
It's like it's American Italian.
Yeah.
I guess it's an
That's
American
the thing.
Italian
So
thing.
JT, her thought right there. She said, "I hate to break it to you, but it's not Italian food. They don't even salt their pasta water."
Oh,
And
whatever.
Pudistry said, "Legit Italian equals Olive Garden." I feel like Olive Garden is like the equivalent of like if somebody said, "What's your favorite Mexican food restaurant?" and you said,
Del
like
Taco.
Qdoba.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
not even Del Taco. I'll go fancier.
Del
if they
Taco's
said,
not bad.
it's not
Taco
terrible.
Bell.
It's not terrible. Del Taco is way more authentic than Taco Bell for sure. Like you can get tacos,
Or
tacos
El
del
Pollo
Carbone.
Loco.
Yes, El Pollo
Right.
Loco is starting to get in the vein of authentic. Like it wants to be authentic.
It's almost like Alberto's or whatever. You know what I mean?
Correct. Yes,
Like that
but
place is
it's
like an
not
Olive Garden.
quite there. Like it is.
No. I know.
Italian food, but it's not quite.
Have you ever
there.
been to any? You know what though? I was gonna say, have you ever been to like a Casa Grande or like a Casa? Like any of those types of places?
Yeah.
But those are actually kind of good.
Yeah,
Some of them can be pretty good.
for sure. Yeah,
You know what I
they
mean?
definitely.
But that's
can.
kind of what it is, right? It's like
Yeah.
a chain Mexican.
Yes,
sort
it's a
of-
chainy, and it's like it takes a lot of American influence
Yeah.
into it, and like
But it's a chain.
exactly for
I'm
sure.
I'm okay with if an Italian restaurant has American influences in it and it's fucking
Yeah.
good Italian.
There's that one Italian food chain. We don't have it here, but they have it in Southern California. I can't think of the name of it, but it's an Italian food chain that's like Olive Garden's biggest competitor.
Exactly.
And supposedly they are like super authentic though, like, but it's not as popular as Olive Garden. But I can't remember the name of it. I'll try and it's like literally like called like Bapa de Bucos or something like something like super Italian. Pudistry, to answer your question from earlier too, we were drinking hot sake and also cold sake, but Buca de Beppo, thank you. I wasn't too far off of it. Chop knows, thank you, Chop. Buca de Beppo. I knew it was something that was
sounds
like
like a racial slur.
exactly right, but that's why like I laughed when I said it's like called like Bacca de Boopies or something. It's called fucking Gabagool's Italian restaurant. Chop said there's one in Sac, yeah, Buca de Beppo. It's like an Italian food chain that is supposedly like very authentic. Very authentic. compared to Olive Garden. But I've never eaten there, so I can't speak to it. But Olive Garden's definitely not my favorite Italian food in Reno, at least. I'll say that much.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure, right?
Yeah. Chop said, nice haircut, Austin. Looking good, G.
Thank you.
Yeah. I like the haircut too, man. Like I said, you look like a... Buddhist G said that alert got me, oh boy. Yeah, it was a spooky one for sure. It was good timing. But yeah, Italian food is good. Moral of the story, Italian food's great.
What I like
Oh
about
yeah,
Italian
Twitch
food,
is having a field day, bro. The clip button's not working. Like, yeah, this is a Twitch, like, a Twitch issue.
what I like about Italian food is that you go to an Italian restaurant and you can eat very good Italian food, like good, high quality, nice, fine dining Italian food, and for a relatively good, like a price that anyone can go pay. Because
For sure.
you're buying pasta
Yep.
and tomato sauce. You know what I mean? So it's like the dishes aren't that. I mean, they're going to be expensive because it's fine dining and it's a nice experience and it's going to be, you know, it's good quality pasta and it's good quality sauce and everything. You know what I mean? Like the chefs are actually good at cooking, but there is like, it's cheap. It's not like you're going to a steakhouse. You know what I mean? You're going to a steakhouse experience.
Correct.
But you're ordering
You're not buying
pasta.
steakhouse ingredients.
You're ordering
Yeah.
pasta.
Yep.
So that's what I like about Italian food. Is
Chop,
you can
Chop said, like, there's almost no status attached to eating Italian food.
There is a that's the thing though, right? Is I feel
Yeah.
like if you go with a date,
Yeah. There is I would agree that there is a status.
it feels nice
It feels
there,
fancy.
but you can get away with not having to fucking kill yourself in the
Yeah,
budget.
like you can go to like Johnny's,
Yeah,
right
exactly.
down the road.
And it's only like it's gonna be top for two people. You go all out. What is it like? Tops 150.
Yeah,
Tops.
that's what I was gonna
That's
say.
if you go all out.
150, and that's like
You get the best.
you're getting
one,
the best.
You're impressing her.
Exactly.
You know what
that's
I mean?
the thing. 150 is going to include appetizers. It's going to include your entree. It's
At a
going to include your
steakhouse,
wine.
That's $300.
Easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. Steakhouses are expensive.
But you could also have like a really nice dinner at Johnny's for like $100 too.
Yeah. Yeah. You
like
could go
a
and
nice, just regular date night.
yeah, you could go and get just entrees and walk out of Johnny's probably at $60, $70.
Yeah. Well,
And
I like
Johnny's
to
is like
buy
fine
wine.
dining.
I like to buy a wine or two.
For sure,
too.
but I'm just
So
saying like
that
you
rises the price.
You
but
could go
yeah.
in and just get food.
Yeah.
Me and Julia, we went to
Exactly.
We went to La Strada like last week, and La Strada and Johnny's are like the two competing like fine dining Italian food places in Reno. And like same thing, I got 2 glasses of wine, we got 2 appetizers and 2 entrees. And it was like I think $120. And that same thing, 2 wines, 2 appetizers, 2 entrees. And same thing, they have unlimited bread also. It's not unlimited breadsticks, it's like nice bread.
Yeah.
And it's technically unlimited, but like they don't bring it out as like frequently as fucking Olive Garden does.
Right,
Like
yeah.
you really gotta like
Yeah, it's
harp
not
on
the
them. Like,
place where you're
yeah,
like, all right, I'm
you
gonna
gotta
eat bread
get them.
today.
Yeah, you gotta get them like, hey, can we get a little bit more bread? They bring you like another basket with like another like 3 little pieces in it. You're like, all right, like, can I get some more fucking bread, please? Like, there's 5 of us at the table, and
Dude,
you brought 6 slices.
you know what else? You know what else really does the trick that actually surprised me? That I was a little skeptical at first. I was like, is there really a difference? But do you like oil and balsamic vinegar?
Yes.
Okay, a good quality balsamic vinegar, like there's a difference between like regular balsamic vinegar and then like fancy shit that's like made special and it's kind of older. Like really good I've had really good balsamic vinegar before, and I was like, whoa, dude, that's different.
Yeah.
That's different. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's really good. So
Yeah. That's
a place that has really good balsamic vinegar, that's a nice little touch.
El Dorado does the same thing. So when they bring you your bread, they bring you balsamic vinegar and oil,
Right.
like for your bread, and it's like in like this cool little bottle where like it's one bottle that holds both. So the outer chamber has oil, and then inside of it is like a grapevine, and that's where they put the balsamic vinegar. So it's like oil encasing like this like crystalline grape structure on the inside,
Right.
and it's got like a spigot on each side, and then you just like pour your oil, twist it around, pour your vinegar. But yeah, it's really good. Pudistry said, wait, so I know not Italian in a sense, but do you enjoy ceviche? Yes, I like ceviche. Do you like ceviche?
Yeah.
Yeah, ceviche is good. Real Italians do enjoy seafood or cook more seafood inspired
So
plate.
yeah, so that's kind of so another thing that we were talking about, I've talked about with my Mexican friends is that going to a Mexican restaurant as a white person, right? Like I was just talking about this a couple days ago, like kind of Mexican people will sort of like look down. You go to a Mexican restaurant and you get like what I've been told is like a lot of white people will get meals that like their mom makes for them when she doesn't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
Or like just kind of street food meals.
Yeah.
And it's like when Mexicans see themselves going to a restaurant, they go there like the way, just like how white people. It's like, how do I put it? From the white perspective, when white people go to a Mexican restaurant, it's as if we go in there and we get like a grilled cheese or mac and cheese. Like, can I have the mac and cheese? Can I have the enchiladas? Or can I have the burrito? Can I have the mac and cheese? You know what I mean?
That's the
and
equivalent
it's
I
like
was going to make
childish.
with
It's like
burritos,
it's what your mom makes for when you're a little kid. You know what I mean? And it's kind of so what do Mexican people get at Mexican restaurants? They get the seafood dishes.
Yeah.
The dishes that they can't make at home. You know, the seafood stuff.
Or like
maybe like a
molcajetes,
nice
like
steak.
Yeah, like molcajetes, like weird, crazy, like multi-ingredient. Like, you ever seen like molcajetes come out? It's like 8 different meats and like a ton of like stuff that same thing would be like very like hard to make at home.
Yeah. All out dishes. That's kind of what you're supposed to do.
For sure. Chop said the molcajetes from La Fonda are fire.
What do they put in it? What's inside of? What are they doing with it?
I'll look up like a standard molcajete and we'll compare it to that.
Because like molcajete is just like, it just means like it's a bowl.
Yeah, so
that's what a molcajete is. But there's like clearly there's a dish that you're talking about. But molcajete just means like it's a bowl that it's like a pumice stone bowl.
Yeah. So I'm looking for like the
pistol
dish.
and whatever it's called.
So this is like a molcajete.
Yeah, so you put a bunch of things in there.
Yeah, so it's like a bunch of cuts of beef, other beef, shrimp, cheese,
when you're
salsas.
now, what do you do? Now, do they give you the mortar? And are you fucking?
It comes in the mortar.
No, like the pistol. Sorry. You mush that shit, or you just put it into?
No, it just comes in a hot mortar, so that it's like cooking still at the table. Sorry, I'm trying to get it up for this stream.
Fire, cactus, sausage, beef. See the cactus, bro?
Yeah.
That's a little out there for me.
You see the cactus is a little out there for you?
Fucking out there for me, man.
Yeah, this is like kind of like a lame molcajete too, but it's like the first
that
one.
Looks bomb.
Yeah,
that looks pretty good too.
There's the ones that have like some cool shit.
That looks pretty fucking bomb right
like
there.
This one's got crab in it.
Sorry, my language. Jesus Christ. Yeah, crab. That's good.
Yeah. They're good.
Oh, dude, look at that! Look at that giant bulb of onion. I love green onions, dude. So, we went camping with Naomi's dad's side of the family, and Naomi's dad's Filipino.
Yep.
So Mexican food, what the fuck? But he's married to a Mexican woman, straight from Mexico, right? And oh my God, her and her children, who are like older than me, but like they cooked for us, and that's what I learned. I learned how to cook green onions. Like they cook. I didn't know Mexican people cook with green onions.
I didn't either.
Oh my God, dude! And they just put it on the grill just like that. They don't chop it up. They just dude, you just eat them like they're just.
I love that shit.
Oh my God, dude! I took so many lessons from them, dude. One thing that I learned from them that I kind of always intuitively knew was that oftentimes, being from California, Mexico, so California Mexican food, keep that in mind. I think one of the things that we're really used to is a lot of cumin, a lot of like carne asada sauce, like the seasonings, lots of seasonings, lots of marinade. One of the things that I noticed that they were doing is see those green onions.
Yeah.
Show it. You got to show this shit. These are bomb tacos, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of Americanized, like whatever. But I mean, it's fancyized. I don't want to say it's Americanized. It's fancy.
And this is
see
their
the green
head
onion
image, you know.
See scroll up. Look at those green. See, that's how you do it. Like those green, and they're just marinated in the sauce.
That's their molcajete
seasoned in the sauces. This looks like a legit. This looks good.
Yeah. This place is in Reno. I've never been there.
So I just learned so many lessons from them. But what I learned is that they really didn't season their meat with very much stuff. They kept it pretty simple. Yeah. They don't go all out with the Mexican seasonings.
For sure, yeah. And I mean, same thing. Like when you go to a carniceria and like go get like carne asada that's like already prepared and marinated, it doesn't have like all the cumin and craziness in it. Like it's like a pretty like straightforward marinade as well. It's got onions. It's got cilantro.
I mean, maybe. I guess it depends because I don't know what you're necessarily eating. But that's kind of what I'm talking about is like the typical when you go and get carne asada with marinade, like that's not what this was.
Gotcha.
This was just meat and they put salt and pepper and garlic. And that's it.
So that's the
They
carniceria that I
didn't
normally
marinate
go
it,
to.
right? Like they didn't marinate it. It was just meat. And if anything, they also cooked with chorizo, and so all the chorizo fat was
I
like
love
got into
chorizo.
everything.
Yeah.
So that's when the chorizo fat got into everything.
Yeah.
But
So there's like a carniceria on Kitski, I think, that I go to that like same thing, like barely, it's like all ran by like first generation American, like they barely speak English, and like same thing, all their stuff's pretty like legit, but they're marinated there, like they do marinate it, like it's like same day marinated, but again, it's like it's one of the few places where it's not like overwhelming, and they put giant pieces of onion in the bag, like cilantro, they've got like all the veggies and everything still in there, so like when you dump the bag on the grill, you have all the veggies just like cooking with it.
that's good.
And then like luckily if your grill has like pretty, you know, small slats, or you're cooking on like a Blackstone, you can just like recover everything back, and then you got like tons of grilled onions and real nice stuff. Pudistry said, who's down with the hot peppers? Love me some hot peppers.
Yeah, I mean, on a certain level, I mean, I like hot peppers too, right? I mean, it can get crazy.
It can definitely, yeah, it can get overwhelming for sure, but I'm a big fan of hot peppers. JT said, I like to make ceviche, it's bomb. Yeah, Julia's ceviche is good. I like ceviche in general. Chop said, I don't like a miserable hot.
Yeah, exactly.
Just good flavors, you know. Yeah, I'm like one of those people, like I think ghost pepper is probably like the hottest that I would go and be comfortable.
Yeah, that's just like, that's too hot for me.
Yeah, and see, it depends on like the levels that you're using it in, though. I saw Pudistry said
I like
it's food
all
porn
the,
time.
I like all the typical peppers that are used.
Jalapenos, serranos, habaneros.
Yeah, that's my zone.
Gotcha.
Like, and I'm not afraid of that zone.
Yeah.
So you can load it up, but like I'm not.
Yeah, Chomp said the same thing. I can do some habaneros beyond that.
I'm not
amount.
gonna go and anything above habanero, like habanero is honestly getting there. It depends on how much habanero you're putting in there.
Yeah,
like, you gotta be
habanero
careful.
can get overwhelming. So can ghost pepper. Ghost pepper though, like if you do it correctly, ghost pepper can be really good. I've had a lot of things. My coworker, excuse me, brought in some ghost pepper chili recently that was super good. And same thing, he just used like one ghost pepper in an entire pot of chili, and it was very good. But it wasn't overwhelmingly hot. Hello freaking said, are those Dahmer glasses real? Yes, these Dahmer glasses are real, and I've worn these Dahmer glasses since before the new Dahmer show came out. So I originally bought them because I thought they looked like Dahmer glasses, but I've had these glasses since I think 2016, 17, something like that. So I had it before the Netflix hype. JT had to redeem a command for doggo treats. I need to add that. I think I have it in my notes, but I'll re-add it to the notes, and I will give her a treat.
Big fan, huh?
Yeah, big fan of Dahmer. Yeah, of course, dude. Why wouldn't I be?
Wow. Yeah, man, come on now.
I mean, he was a cool guy. Pudistry said, "Talk about food now." Yeah, Pudistry
Wait, hold on.
loving the food conversation.
Haven't we been talking about food?
Yeah, he's loving it then. Ava, where's the best camera angle for this? Let's see.
Food, yeah. I mean,
can somebody do me a favor also and see if anybody's on PC or anything, is anybody's Twitch clip command, like not the command, but is their button to be able to clip stuff working? Because I'm like having a lot of issues.
oh yeah,
with Twitch
yeah,
right now.
yeah. Dude, you stumbled over that, bro. Yeah, guys, try to see if you can see if you guys can clip something, because we don't think the clip button works.
Yeah. Like I'm unable to change our title or clip anything from our end. So I'm wondering if it's a Twitch, like a generic Twitch issue where like they're just having bugs right now, or if it's just us. Turtle user said, dudes, what up, Turtle? Welcome to the show, brother. Thank you for stopping in.
Man, I am pretty
Is that
full.
Yummy Ave?
I'm pretty full, to be honest with you. We talk a lot about food. I mean,
Yeah.
I can maybe we can keep talking about food, but
What'd you eat?
nothing good, dude.
No.
I had some tacos earlier.
Hell yeah.
Quick tacos, a la carte. Got right when I got my haircut. I went over to Hella Friggin's place today.
Yep.
Shout out in the chat.
Yeah.
We went over there. He's like, hey man, restringing my electric guitar, need your help. I was little to no help at all, but I was there for some moral support. We figured it out. God damn, dude, it took a long time because he had weird tuning pegs that I didn't really know how to deal with, and I'm not really good at electric guitars, so We struggled. We went to Guitar Center first. We bought some guitars. I bought another cable. Bought these headphones so I can hook up my play my electric guitar into my headphones.
Yep.
Start Liz doing that. So I bought another. I needed another cable. We got a whole shindig going over at his place, like with all the pickups, all these things. He's got more pickups, more chords, more guitars. We got him some brand new weird strings, some heavy duty metal strings.
Yeah, I saw he posted what they were, and I've played them before actually. Power Blankies.
Just Ernie balls, yeah.
Yeah.
But they're like a little bit thicker gauge than your normal. They're like kind of more for metal people, kind of.
Gotcha.
Kind of down tuning guitars.
Yeah.
So it was a little. It took way too long, but we got it down. We figured it out. We looked it up. We figured it out, and had some fun playing the guitars. What was the store? Oh, so it was right next to the Guitar Center was the haircut place. So I'm like, fuck, I should probably just get my haircut.
Yeah.
Stopped in, said 20-minute wait, went over to the taqueria, got some taquerias.
Sick. It's a solid day.
There was some cool. He almost bought a guitar, dude. There were some nice guitars there. He almost bought a guitar. He's already got a pretty nice electric guitar though.
I need to get an electric guitar. I had an electric guitar for a while, and I don't know what happened to it. Like, I remember giving it to my mom to put it in storage, and then I don't know what happened to it after that.
I think that thing was kind of like that was on its last leg though. If I remember that little Starcaster, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The red one.
Guitar Center used to during the COVID times, they really struggled. They were like, it was like empty, you know, but I kind of haven't gone in there in a couple of years recently, but, I went in there today and it kind of looked like pre-COVID. They like the whole wall was fucking filled with guitars, nice guitars, lots of guitars, and a few good ones too. And I was like, heck yeah, dude, they're kind of back. They were busy. It's good to see. It was good to see because I thought Guitar Center was, you know, and especially with the way music's going, where people aren't playing guitars anymore, I thought probably it was gonna be it was gonna be kind of passe. Guitar Center was gonna be gone. COVID was gonna kill it, but
Interesting. Pudistry said also, speaking of killers, didn't they catch the Stockton killer?
Allegedly.
Did they? I haven't heard that, but I'm like,
we talked about it.
We talked about the fact that there was a serial killer in Stockton, but we didn't talk about them catching somebody.
We talked about him catching it too. I've talked about it with you.
I don't recall that.
Yeah, I showed you his picture. We talked about it in Discord and stuff. You even texted in Discord. You're like, oh shit.
You sure about that, dude?
Absolutely.
I don't know, man. Let me see. Yeah, I don't ever recall seeing a picture of him or anything, or knowing that he got caught.
Right there. Well, there's one. But click on that because that's the one.
Right here, so let's jump to it.
Saw that. See, you said, "Oh damn, hell yeah."
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I guess I probably read it and then didn't.
Chop said they got him, boys. I thought we talked about it in person though too.
Definitely not in person, no. Because I feel like I would have remembered it, but I
don't know, dude. I remember it. I remember me talking about I don't know. I thought we talked about it.
I mean, maybe, and maybe I'm just forgetting it. But yeah, supposedly you were right, Pudistries. They supposedly found him. Wesley Brownlee was arrested.
Some people were saying I was listening to some two stoner crazy wanderers in Reno today, and they're like, "Yeah, brother, you hear they found that dude, man?" And then the one guy was like, "Bro, I knew that guy, man. It's fucking crazy, man." And then he's like, "Yeah, supposedly they found somebody." That's what he kept saying. "Man, they found somebody." And he's like, "You know, us brown people, we don't snap like that." You know what I mean?
I was gonna say, I saw his picture and I was like, "Damn, he's a black guy. That's kind of surprising."
He's like, "They found somebody, man. They found somebody."
Yeah.
That's what he kept saying. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, it is interesting. There's not many black serial killers. That is true.
But it's is this guy a serial killer or is this guy just I mean, it depends on what you mean by serial killer. I mean, this guy's obviously a serial killer.
Yeah.
But he's not a pervert, maybe. You know what I mean?
No, definitely not. But a serial killer by definition you don't have to be it doesn't have to be sexual.
There's a connotation though, because when you're saying that, what you're saying is usually white people go around and rape and kill and do weird perverted shit. That's what you're talking about.
I mean, I guess DC Sniper was a serial killer, and they didn't.
And he was black
Yeah, but he didn't do anything sexual.
because he wasn't white. That's what you were getting at.
No, that's not what I was getting at.
That's exactly. You're like, look, it's weird that he's black and he's a serial killer, and it's like,
I'm
hold
just saying
on,
that
black people can be serial killers.
They can.
However, what you were trying to say is, first of all, you were trying like that's you in your connotation. You were putting him in like he's a serial killer, so he's weird and perverted like those white people. You know, you see what I'm trying to get at?
When I say serial killer, I don't think about like the perversion part of it. I just think about like multiple like killings in a row without like having a
Right, but most people when they think of like, oh, he's a serial killer, they think of like a weird pervert.
Gotcha. Yeah, I
right?
guess.
Wouldn't you? I mean,
I don't tie it to like
and
the
those
sexual
people
aspect of
are
it, but
always whites or Asian.
yeah, I don't necessarily tie it to like the sexual aspect in my brain, I guess.
But like, if you ever hear people say, you know, black people don't snap like that, like that's what they're kind of implying is that black people aren't perverted killers, which is that's a generalization, right?
Yeah, it's
But
definitely
it's
a
generally
generalization.
true. I think it's generally a thing where like the white serial killers that are perverts like have like an issue of like power. You know
Yeah,
what I mean, so they like to like because they don't have a lot of power in their life, so they have to get it in another way or something like that.
yeah, I could see that.
But I think a lot of people when they think of serial killers, they think of that, and that's why they think serial killers are white people.
Yeah,
But it's like, well, this guy was a serial killer, but he just wasn't a pervert. But he was a serial killer in the sense that like he was just serially killing people.
for sure. Yeah,
So in the definition, but
Yeah,
usually
by
I think
the
there's a
definition.
connotation that like when somebody says he's a serial killer,
yeah, there is a
there's
connotation.
he's a
for sure.
pervert. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? There's some sort of like he's killing you and then he's doing something weird with your body, or he's kidnapping you and then he's doing something weird with the body.
Yeah, there is a connotation. That is true. JC said, speaking of killers, they have a suspect for the Delphi murders in custody, and I'm hoping they caught him. Yeah, that's been like a long going case too that supposedly has some like big updates where they made an arrest. And yeah, hopefully caught the correct guy, because that was like I mean, not a cold case, but like it had been basically like with no leads for like years and years and years and years. So we'll see. Turtle user said, I'm looking for a cheap Martin or Taylor. Well, obviously it won't be cheap. They have $600 Martins here. I might get one for my birthday. Didn't you have a Martin? Don't you have a Martin? Did you ever have a Martin?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought, right?
Martin guitars.
Yeah.
Martin guitars are great. Yeah, you can get the $600 Martin. That's great. That's a great deal.
And Taylor's I was gonna buy a Taylor because Taylor's the one that made that makes the backpacker, right? Or is that Martin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Taylor makes like little backpack guitars.
So I wanted to get like the original. It was like literally called like the model was the backpacker. It was like the Taylor backpacker. But I wanted to get that for like a really long time actually. And then never ended up getting it. Is this little guy right here. Yeah, I wanted that guitar for a long time. Just a cool little packable guitar, you know?
yeah.
Fun to travel with and stuff. But
I mean, kinda. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's fun to travel with. It's
Yeah.
one of those things where it's like if you got that though, that'd be your most expensive guitar.
for sure.
So
that
it's
was
like
the
I
issue.
guess you can travel with it, but
That
like
was the issue.
if you had like a $2,000 a guitar, then you could be
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm just gonna bring my cheap.
I'm gonna bring my cheap one, yeah.
$600 guitar or whatever.
For
That's
sure.
$500.
So my like
They're super cool though. They're like, there's nothing like absolutely just sitting back on the couch and playing these small guitars, or like even like a 3/4 size guitar, which is
Yeah.
well, that actually might just be a 3/4 size guitar.
I think it is, yeah.
But either that or just a small little what they call like cabaret guitars, you know, and like a little small little. Those are wonderful to play.
Yeah. So my reason for wanting one too is like when we like would go camping and bring our guitars out, I was like, oh, it would be super nice to have just a small guitar that I could like strap onto my backpack. But then yeah, the reason I didn't go with this one is I was like, it'd be nice to have like a cheap like an Ibanez that was like 3/4 size that I could like literally throw a bungee cord around and like put it on my backpack. And if it breaks, it's like, oh well, like it was a $150 guitar, you know, like it lasted me 7 camping trips and then it broke, like no worries. And so, but the Taylor backpacker was so expensive that I was like, I would rather bring my full size Ibanez, deal with the weight and size, and then, you know, at least if it breaks, it's cheap. But
Wait, what are people saying?
JT said,
People talking shit.
JT earlier said there's a ton of serial killers who weren't sexually motivated.
Right.
Yeah, there are definitely
Because technically, that's not the technical definition.
Yeah,
but I think
the
when you're talking
definition
about,
is
when,
just
when you say serial killer, you think of like, I think of like Dahmer.
yes, there is a
Ed,
connotation.
Wayne Gacy,
Ted Bundy.
Ted
Yeah.
Bundy. These are all like white
Night
dudes
Stalker,
who like
yeah.
raped people. Jack the Ripper.
JC said, yeah, that case was definitely on its way to being cold. Yep, it was, and I'm glad that it's like starting to spark back up interest.
But like you said, like the Washington D.C. guy was like totally like he didn't do anything freaky. He just literally
was like a weird
literally
like
kill people.
political religious thing. Turtle user said,
Or at least that was his justification.
exactly, yeah. Turtle user said, my birthday is like in a month. Pretty excited. Hell yeah! Congratulations, happy birthday. How old are you going to be, if you don't mind us asking? Like, what birthday is it? Is it an important one? Is it an inconsequential one? What is it?
You got your bone? Is that your bone?
Hella friggin' said, if you can't plug it in, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
I disagree. But the plan is to buy a guitar I'll have for a long time.
Wait, where's the pickup?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so if you want to
Pickups to kick rocks. Hey. Got hasty.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? Like, if you want a guitar that you're gonna have for a long time, yeah, dude,
Yeah.
a Martin $600 guitar. If that's like the X series, I think you're talking about. You're probably talking about the X series Martin guitars. That's a great guitar to like. You can definitely play that guitar and be happy with that guitar your whole life, man. Just be careful with it. Just gotta be careful with it because
yeah, it's probably the X series. It's that exact price, basically. So, like, that's a beautiful X series right there, though. Like that's a beautiful guitar.
yeah.
Yeah, super pretty guitar. So like, that's my thing too. Like I don't know. I would say like I play guitar. Like I know enough to like we've sat and jammed. I mean, you know how many times and had a good time. Like I can definitely like play guitar like enough to like play along with people. But I'm like I don't play guitar frequently enough, which I wish I did more. But I don't play guitar frequently enough to like justify $1,000 guitar.
Yeah.
Or like something super crazy.
No,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like
No, like I think this guitar right here, like a $600 guitar right here, like this is like a great guitar. Like anything between like I mean for acoustic guitars at least, like anything between $200 to $500 is like great. And I'm cool with buying used guitars. I'm a big fan of you buying used guitars, as long as you play it and it still plays well. Like don't buy a used guitar. Don't ever buy a guitar that you haven't played. Or at least if you buy it and you haven't played it, just make sure that you can return it.
for sure.
But
So, like, I wanted this guitar for a long time,
that's
but it was like a
pretty, dude.
limited release.
Show the
I'm trying to
fans.
find a good picture of it. That's the picture.
It's pretty.
So I played this in Guitar Center, and it was $300. It was an Ibanez Zebrawood. I currently own an Ibanez. That's like what I play. But this was an acoustic electric. So it was like, and same thing. I played it in the store, and it was like a thin body.
Or you mean it? You can plug it in.
Yeah. So it's like Is that not acoustic electric? Like,
I don't know.
you get what I mean? Like, yeah, it's a plug-in electric or a plug-in acoustic. Sorry. But it was like a thin body. So when you played it like without an amp, it was quiet. It was like light. It sounded so pretty. It had such a bright sound, and it was like a $300 guitar. And I was like, I'm gonna come back and buy this guitar. And when I went back to buy it, it was gone. It was like sold out of stock.
Really?
And now
Really?
Now this is the one that they switched to. It's the exotic wood now.
Well, yeah. They're always with the exotic woods. They're always going to be changing. Like they're never going
For
to stay
sure.
the same.
And that's the issue, is that I really liked the grain of the zebra wood.
Yeah.
Like the guitar is going to be the same. It's going to
you could
sound
buy
the
those
same.
used.
For sure. I've found them online like used and stuff. Yeah, you can. But I just like
look,
the
they
look
still
of the
make 'em.
zebra wood.
They still make them. 2022. I saw
Where? Sorry.
the one you just clicked on.
This one?
Nah, it's a 2020. I think. Out of stock.
This one?
Yeah. That one. No.
Oh, yeah. On,
Is that it? I don't think
on
that's it.
Musician Supply?
There was.
Oh,
yeah,
right here?
That one. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I mean, I've never heard of this website, but yes, it does seem that they still make them, but Guitar Center doesn't have them anymore. That was like my big issue.
Turtle user, you don't know what you're saying, dude. Turtle user, I'm glad you said that, but I'm just gonna school you a little bit. Not in a bad way, but I don't want you called yourself a wannabe. You don't need to call yourself a wannabe. Okay, so what do we got going on here? Go Cowboys.
Oh, yeah, A4 said,
snap,
some fellas,
dude.
go Cowboys. Yeah, Cowboys.
Dude, 42 points or something like
Yeah.
that. 44 points.
Cowboys rocked it today. That was super impressive. The Saints won today also. I'm wearing my T-shirt finally.
Dude,
I'm
it seems like the
finally
Raiders. It
proud
just
of it.
seems like the Raiders didn't try, dude. What
They
the hell, dude?
did
They need to
not.
fire their coach, dude. That's a joke.
The Raiders looked horrible today.
But good for the Saints, yeah.
A-Ford said 49. Yeah, 49
Jeez.
points. That's
So
so
just
wild.
7 touchdowns, huh?
Yeah, Dumptard said, "Yo, welcome to the show, man. Thank you for stopping in." Turtle user said you meant go Tigers. A-Ford said, "Yep, Saints, shut up." Yeah, it was sick.
Who did they play again? Who did the Cowboys play? They played an NFC team.
It wasn't the Lions. It was
No, it was a better team than that.
yeah. Shoot, who was it? Bears.
Bears,
Sorry.
that's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Yeah, they played the Bears 49-29. Yeah, that was a blowout. I think they had 28 points at the half or something already. Like it was.
That's what you need. And you know, the NFC is pretty weak. So, I mean, there's some, I know Vegas is changing. There's some monies. I thought the Giants were going to pull away, but it seems like the Giants didn't play well against the Saints today. Like the teams, we're starting to really kind of figure out what teams, the identity of teams now. And it's like the Cowboys, you know, they could compete in the playoffs. I honestly think they could compete. They have, as long as Dak's healthy, like their offense is strong enough to, like, really in the NFC playoffs, like no one's going to win the Super Bowl. It's going to be the Bills or the Chiefs. Like, let's admit it. But unless, I mean, you know, anything can happen in a game. But those are the two best teams by far.
Yeah.
And the NFC is just dog. The NFC is like really bad. But so anybody has a shot. You know, I think the Eagles are fake. I think the Eagles are. I don't think the Eagles are like. I think they're like fool's gold. I think the Eagles are fool's gold. I think.
And what are they, 7-0 right now or something? The Eagles?
Yeah, they're the only undefeated team. But I still think they're fool's gold. I don't think Jalen Hurts is like. I think what you're gonna see, like Jalen Hurts is gonna be good, but then when it comes to like the playoffs and Jalen Hurts has to kind of like duel against either Aaron Rodgers or Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen or even Matt Stafford or even Jimmy Garoppolo. Like I think or even Dak. I think Hurts will kind of get exposed.
Yeah.
A Ford says the Super Bowl champs will be an NFC team. Interesting. Well, I mean, then you're just saying that then you just believe that the Bills or the Chiefs are gonna lose it themselves. Because you watch the Bills and the Chiefs play, and it's just like those are clearly like the most well put together teams.
Yeah.
They lead all the stat books. I mean, I don't like to say it. Like I hate to say it.
Yeah.
I don't like to say it, but I think the Packers don't have anybody. They're a struggling team. They don't have anybody to throw to.
Yeah.
The Rams are just kind of getting old and they don't have a running game and they're trading away their running back. The Cardinals are just Kyler Murray's playing too much Call of Duty. I think the Niners are going to be the team that, and I was saying this before Christian McCaffrey came, which now after Christian McCaffrey came, I was like, oh my God, I hate the Niners. I hate the Niners. Yep. The Niners are the Packers' worst nightmare. They've always been. They beat us every year. And so at the beginning of the year, I was like, dude, watch this Niner team. Like, I hate Kyle Shanahan, and he's so good at football. He knows how the game is played. He knows the truth of it, and you need to run the ball. You need to run the ball and run the ball good. And at the end of the year, when it really matters in the playoffs, the teams that can run the ball and play mean, extremely aggressive, dirty defense, those are the teams that do well in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And it's the Niners every year. Now they have Christian McCaffrey, and if you watch them play today, they look like the scariest team in football.
Yeah. I didn't even know that Christian McCaffrey went to the Niners.
Christian McCaffrey threw the ball for a touchdown today. He caught the ball for a touchdown, and he ran the ball for a touchdown, dude. It's
so
wild, dude.
Yeah.
And I watched him live do that. I watched him against USC his senior year, where he broke the record for the most yards, like all-purpose yards in a single game.
Jeez.
And not only for that game, but also for the season too. He broke it for that season. He threw a touchdown pass. He caught 2 touchdown passes, and he ran for 3 touchdown passes. He almost had 1,000 yards, because he did punt return, he did return, he caught the ball,
like Taysom Hill
he ran the ball. It was wild to see, dude.
And like last week, so not the game against the Raiders, but like the week before, same thing. I think the Saints had 3 touchdowns and they were Taysom Hill rushing, catching.
Remember the one
passing.
where me and you watched it together, and I was telling you
maybe
about
it was that game. Yeah,
I was telling you about fantasy football. I was like, hey, I just picked him up for free or whatever.
Yep. Picked him up for free
he
as,
had the
as a tight end.
game. Like he scored more points that game than any other player has scored all year.
Yeah,
so fantasy football.
Yep. Yeah, it was wild.
The wildest game ever.
But yeah, I didn't even know that Christian McCaffrey went to the Niners, and then I went to my barber on Friday, and my barber is a Niners fan, and so I'm like, I'm in the seat, and I'm like, I'm trying to make small talk like with the barber, so I'm like, oh, how your Niners doing? He was like, good, man, good. He's like, we just picked up Christian McCaffrey, and I was like, shoot, dude, like that sucks. And then same thing. JT just said, I hate the Niners. Can't wait to see them play the Saints next month.
I hate the Niners.
me and Julia bought tickets to go see the Saints Niners game.
Oof.
And I'm like, dude, it's like we're gonna go down, just like because it's the closest the Saints will ever be.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go down and then just get stomped on.
It might be a rough one.
I know, it's a bummer.
When is it?
The Sunday after Thanksgiving. So
okay.
Basically a month from today.
Okay.
A4 said Niners equal dog water.
I don't know, dude. I think a lot of people don't like Jimmy G, and Jimmy G is Jimmy
G. Noid. Noid?
Jimmy
Thanks
G
for the follow, man.
Jimmy G is like kind of he has an issue where he like sails balls over the middle, and he's like very famous for it. But like he played really well today, and as long as he just kind of reels it in and just doesn't need to do much, which now that he has Christian McCaffrey, he can just check it down all day, and check it down to Christian McCaffrey, and then Christian McCaffrey runs for freaking 11 yards.
Yeah.
And it's a first down. It's like, that's a pretty easy job. So that's what they did today. And it's already scaring. He's 2 weeks into it, and they're like already looking terrifying.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, I don't like them, but they run the ball. They're the best running team in football by far. Like, they run the ball so well. It is so annoying. Well, I mean, the Titans are put on a show today too. The Titans literally the Titans ran the ball all day today because they started a brand new quarterback, and he threw 10 times. So the quarterback threw 10 times, did not 10 completions, 10 attempts. Yeah. And then Derrick Henry just ran the ball 35 times and averaged like 8 yards per carry. Imagine running the ball 30 times and averaging 8 yards. Yeah. Like, they can't even, dude, it was wild. But anyways. Oh, great football. Great day for football. Yeah, McCaffrey's going to get hurt. Yeah. You might be wrong. What is he called? What do they call him? Dude, there's a funny ass, I know all the football terms. Like, damn it, I'll remember it. But McCaffrey's like, there's people have terms for him, how he just breaks, he just breaks.
Is it what Turtle said, the glass cannon?
Not glass cannon. Glass cannon's good too, but there's an even funnier one. I'm trying to think of it. It's not wet noodle either. It's like,
Noid said, you still reacting? I got a song. Yeah, it's possible that we'll get to some reactions at some point during this stream. Go ahead and drop the link in the disc, and
it's not bitch made.
And bitch made's a good one,
it's similar to bitch made cat, but it's like and it has something to do with puss or something.
JT said, Jalen, what are you talking about? I told you the day you got traded and went to the Niners. I thought we talked about him going to the Niners like yesterday, but I could be wrong.
It happened just recently.
Yeah. Yep. It happened I think 2 days before I went to the barber.
Last week. It happened like literally last week.
Turtle also said, do you guys want to pull in a guest before he heads to bed? You want to pull in Turtle?
Maybe.
Talk to him for a minute. See how he feels about the Saints. Yeah, we can pull in Turtle. All right.
Keep talking football.
Yeah. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna welcome in Turtle user real quick and see what he's got for us. Yo, Turtle, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Hello, sir. Welcome back to the stream. It's good to have you as always.
As always.
How's life been, man?
Well, football's been. I can like cuss on you.
Yeah.
Football's been shit.
Yeah. Obviously, yeah. If you're asking if you can cuss, you know which words you can and can't say.
Of course. Yeah. I just forget because there's just so many.
No. Because the family friendly tag, is that what makes you forget?
Oh yeah, the family friendly tag.
But yeah, no, football's not been good. I can agree with you on that.
I haven't even seen football in like 3 weeks because I'm just down on it, bro.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I mean, coming from a fellow Saints fan, Yeah, it's not been great. A lot of the weekends, like we'll wake up to watch the game. Like today, woke up, turned on the game, and then watched it like up until the halftime, and then I just fell asleep. Then woke up. Julia woke me up, and it was like 2 minutes left in the third quarter. She's like, "Are you sleeping during the game?" And I'm like, "Man, I don't even like. I don't know. I want to like watch it, and you know, I got love for the Saints. Obviously, I'm trying to represent. I'm wearing the shirt, but like, man, it's tough to be a Saints fan this year.
You hear that, like, it's crazy because Kamara had a couple really good runs and he was like really running angry today, but he was also putting stuff in Twitter all week.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, like supposedly he's like, you know, he probably thinks he's getting. I think the Saints are gonna trade him.
So
they're just going all out.
He put out a statement on Twitter earlier that said that he's not interested in accepting a trade.
Yeah, like
I don't know what that means
exactly.
for him.
Well, what it means is he doesn't want to get traded,
But he very well could be.
but he doesn't have a fucking choice.
So
Yeah.
does he have a choice though? Like,
No.
couldn't he just say, "I'm not gonna accept"? Like,
No, he
I'm
doesn't.
gonna.
So no, there's sometimes you will hear like Russell Wilson, for example, how when he was getting traded, he had the choice to pick. Like he said, "I'm either going to the Giants, the Denver Broncos, or the Bears, and I'm not going to take anything else." That's because in his contract he had a no trade clause.
Okay.
Kamara does not have any sort of power.
Interesting. Okay.
So him putting out him saying like, I don't want to go here. I don't want to go here. I don't want to go here.
Yeah.
Is him just saying to the fans
he
like
personally doesn't want.
he put that on Twitter so that fans will go, Saints, keep Kamara. We're gonna get fucking angry, right? But like supposedly,
JT just said Kamara said he isn't interested in playing anywhere else. He said it post game today too.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's like you're saying. I guess if he doesn't have any
that's
thought.
him saying I don't want to play anywhere else. Like that's why he was running so angrily.
Okay.
However, the rumor is that the fucking Bills don't have a running back.
Interesting. And JT said the rumors this year were Kamara to the Eagles for a first round draft pick.
There's that too. The Eagles are literally, they have the craziest GM in all of football. And so the Eagles are, anytime you ever hear a player is being traded, the Eagles are always in the mix. And half of that is, you know, rumor, but half of that is, dude, I mean, if you look at like all the trades that have happened in the past 2 weeks, it's like a quarter of them have been with the Eagles. So the Eagles make deals.
Yeah.
Howie Roseman is the GM for the Eagles, and he freaking flips and dips. He's crazy. He does so much crazy roster stuff. They're constantly trading. They traded for AJ Brown this year. They traded for Robert Quinn just this week. I mean, it's just crazy. So you would think that the Saints would want to trade Kamara out of the NFC into the AFC.
Yeah.
So, you know, like the Bills would kind of make sense too. But if the Eagles offer more, then I mean, you know, it's.
Yeah.
But I think my guess would be that a team like the Bills or the Chiefs will probably end up with Kamara, as sad as it sounds.
Yeah.
It's horrible, but yeah. They both need running backs.
I mean,
which is super sad. Andy Dalton's playing well.
Yeah, I hope we keep him because
healthy.
Yeah, I know Jameis was healthy and sat out this week. They kept Andy Dalton in.
Yeah, because he's been Red Rocket's been running. He had 4 touchdowns last week.
Yeah,
he also had 3 picks. But
yeah, exactly. That's the issue. But I mean, Jameis, like, I guess
what is Jameis gonna do? Yeah, he's gonna do the same thing.
Yep. What'd you say, Turtle?
Speaking of Jameis,
yeah,
obviously, I mean, you know, I'm Cajun, and I am from Florida, so I might be a little bit of a Jameis fan, right?
Okay, yeah.
Especially since I am also from Tampa.
Okay, makes sense to be a Jameis fan then.
Yeah, but like, I'll tell you what, a lot of us weren't happy with Jameis. But,
yeah, definitely.
But
what, the lobster?
There's a guy at my leasing office here, and he is like the biggest Jameis fan ever.
That's so weird.
He knew it's because he knows Jameis, like he knows someone that works for Jameis, like directly. He knows like someone really close to Jameis, so like, that's why it kind of makes more sense.
Yeah, yeah.
He also went to FSU at the same time that Jameis went to FSU.
Okay.
So like, but this guy is a huge Jameis fan, and he loves the Saints right now. So pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's like a lot of people in this area are big Kaepernick fans. for the same reason.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah.
Kind of. I mean, and
like,
then the whole
well, 'cause-
BLM thing happened.
Well,
though.
but like a lot of people were like big Kaepernick fans, even when he wasn't doing great. Like Kaepernick
People-
went to UNR, right? And
people
then,
were big Kaepernick fans for sure.
yeah,
I think
in the local area.
What I noticed though is that people in our local area, like they didn't rally around him during the kneel down thing.
Yeah, that is true.
I think he lost a lot of Reno fans
I agree with that.
when he started taking a knee.
Yeah, he did.
To be honest with you,
Yeah, and I mean, yeah,
but before that, he
Yeah.
was a good old kid who's very good manners. And get this, Colin Kaepernick, the guy who's all about racial injustice and how he was, think about it, like how black families are poor and how they don't have a chance and how they're treated differently and how their country doesn't care about black people, right? Obviously, the country of white Americans doesn't care about black people. Colin Kaepernick, is that his name?
yeah.
Colin Kaepernick. Is that his name? Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Well,
is
you
that-
nailed it every time you said it. Yeah.
he was an orphan, okay, foster kid, and two rich white parents. He grew up with rich white parents. He grew up private schools, went to UNR, had everything he ever wanted as a now it does suck because he's a foster kid.
Yeah.
Foster that sucks.
The foster
trust me.
system's
like
awful,
I have
yeah.
cousins. Well, no. Like he was adopted early. Like he the same family, rich
Okay.
white parents,
Okay, yeah.
rich white parents his whole life.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? But it does suck not knowing your parents
Of
because you
course.
kind of want to know them. And then you kind of, I have cousins who are foster kids and it sucks because they want to know their parents and then it kind of gets weird.
Yeah.
And there's a whole trauma thing there for sure. Right. But like this idea that like white people don't care about black people. If they're white, they're not going to love you. If it's like, dude, your mom and dad are white.
Yeah, that is kind of a.
It's like you think
Yeah, that is a
the
weird
country like you're super privileged. He
Yeah.
grew up like you look at he was decked out in the finest stuff in high school.
Yeah.
He was wearing you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, with two people that did love him and treated
and
him
he
well.
talked and he was well educated. Listen to
Yeah.
him talk. He's well
Of
educated.
course, yeah.
He's not it's not like he grew up in the ghetto talking like ghetto talk. They're not actually rich. Okay, they're middle class.
Oh, I mean, yeah, upper
From
middle
Turlock.
class. Yeah, that's
Okay, you're
upper
right.
middle
They
class. is
weren't
pretty,
rich. You're right. They're upper middle class people, and yeah, they were from Turlock. Yes.
Gotcha. Upper
the-
middle class is still a pretty good. I mean, a
I
good
shouldn't
spot
have
to be
said
in.
rich.
Yeah,
Because there's a difference between rich and
sure.
and middle class. They were definitely middle class.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. They were not like they worked.
Where's
They
Turlock
weren't-
at? Turlock's around here somewhere,
kinda,
right?
It's south. It's like Bakersfield, Fresno.
Okay, yeah.
Kind of. Think about
The
Bakersfield.
local-ish area. Yeah.
Think about
it's
like it's that sort of
Okay.
atmosphere. You're right. They were middle class, I
Yeah.
should say.
JT said, "I need the Saints to keep Kamara Davenport, Cam Jordan, Pete Warner, Taysom,
And
I love the way Shaheed and Olave are developing."
And like from what I always heard from Reno is that he's like, that he was super, good mannered, not a thug. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like he was really good mannered, and you always listen to him speak, and he was always like very
Polite
like
and-
well mannered,
yeah.
polite, yeah.
yeah,
Though not a bad dude.
yeah. for
My
sure.
only thing was
Oh,
that
reflex. I just realized you're in the chat. What
my
a
own-
reflex.
my
Welcome
only thing. Here's the thing that I didn't like, and I was all for the kneeing movement, and I think it was like, it was like I think there was there's kind of like as long as you're kind of making a point about it, the kneeing thing was like okay. It's just everybody needs to know what the point is, right? Like
Yeah.
I think the message was very poorly done, and then in soccer they have a completely different message. Like why they take a knee is completely different. Like so in America, Colin Kaepernick was taking a knee because he said, I cannot stand for this country that does injustice to the black people.
Yeah.
Which is cool. That makes sense or whatever. In Europe, where they take a knee, they're taking a knee for Black Lives Matter, but then they do the Pledge of Allegiance first and they scream and sing their country for their country and they love their national anthem and they cry
Oh,
and then they take a knee. So it's like a weird thing.
Yeah.
It's like if I explain to a British person, like, hey, you guys take knees. It's cool. Yeah, we're doing it for like racial injustice. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, that's awesome. But do you know why the kneeing started? Like, you're supposed to hate your country.
Yeah.
You're supposed to say that I cannot stand for my country.
Yeah.
And if you told that to a British person, they would be like, bro,
Yeah.
I fucking love my country. What the fuck are you
For
talking
sure,
about?
yeah.
Fuck you.
That is kind of
That's
a weird.
not what
like,
it's about. But that
it's
was
a weird
that
dichotomy,
was
yeah.
that was what Colin Kaepernick was started with. Here's the truth, though, and I'm actually cool with the message. But here's my problem: Colin Kaepernick. I watched the game that
that the kneeing started, because I'm a mega football fan, so I watch
for
every
sure.
single game, and I watched the game. Here's what really happened. I hate to say this, but this is really what happened. So the first game, he got benched. Okay, Jim Harbaugh was his coach. He was playing bad, and then he got benched. He sat down on the bench during the national anthem and pouted because he was getting benched. He sat down on the during the national anthem. The OC went over to him and said, "Get your ass up. You do not sit down during the national anthem." Then he got up and did it. The next game, then he came out, the post game, he came out and said that they're like, "Why didn't you stand during the national anthem or whatever?" And he came out with this like he really convoluted thing about like how he thought that the coaches were they put in a white quarterback and they were taking out the black quarterback.
Interesting.
And then the next game, he decided to, instead of sit down, he wanted, because everyone was saying, why was Colin Kaepernick not standing during the national anthem? Oh, well, because he got benched. He's such a little pouter. So then he's like, I'm not pouting. I was making a statement. Yeah. And so then he started taking a knee because he was benched. He was not taking a knee when he was the starting quarterback. It did not happen until it didn't happen the game he got benched. It happened the game after he got benched, because the game he got benched, he was sitting on the bench. You can watch it. He sat on the bench and he was pouting about getting benched, not about racial injustice.
Yeah.
Now maybe he did feel, because he,
of course,
and they're probably Jim Harbaugh is a prick and he's an old white man, and there probably is an element of like, I'm done with this running black quarterback. And maybe Colin Kaepernick felt that. And it's totally cool to feel that. Yeah. But then to turn that into like a Nike ad campaign and be like, I'm doing this for racial injustice and for all the hood people because I was raised by 2 white people in Turlock. You know what I mean? It just feels like a total, like to me, it
does
felt
seem to feel disingenuous. Yep.
I wish that it would have been somebody like DeAndre Hopkins or Alvin Kamara or like somebody who is a little bit more, even LeBron James, even though LeBron James went to private schools his whole life. Like you hear about LeBron James' mom and dad and you're kind of like, okay, that's kind of a good story.
Yeah.
But it's just like, it's who are the role models that we're picking? Like, should we really pick Colin Kaepernick to be like the leader? I don't know.
I agree.
But you know why people like Alvin Kamara, DeAndre Hopkins,
I love DeAndre Hopkins.
So you know why and LeBron James, why they don't do stuff like that is because they know it's not about what you deserve, it's about what you get as in like a humble way.
Yeah, right. They're like only God judges us.
They're humbled.
Yeah.
They're not looking for the media points.
Yeah.
Yeah. He obviously I need the whole thing about him getting bent when we're talking about Colin Kaepernick again here real quick. But I knew he was getting benched and he was just being a salty bitch about it. But
there is definitely an element of that people that non-football fans don't know about. And I always have to interject that. Like, hey, just to put this into the timeline.
Yeah, I hate that too, because like there's people that have opinions about everything that don't know crap.
Yeah.
And then especially I hate this as well. A lot of like my European friends I play video games with, those guys in particular, they love to have like interesting stereotypes about the US, and it's
for sure, yeah.
But like that kind of stuff does not help.
Yeah.
You know?
That is true. Yeah. It's one of those things. Yeah. Not living in a culture, you're always going to have those stereotypes, but
it's tough because it really is somewhere in between. Like, obviously, the stereotypes are always a little exaggerated.
Yeah.
And as an American, you can't see it too. So you're like, that's so stupid and silly. But then there is also an element to where it's like, if you were to go and live like in Europe for a half a year and then come back, you'd be like, oh, I see some of these stereotypes now. Like, there is an element to that. Like, not to say that like they are stereotypes. Like stereotypes are stereotypes for a reason.
Yeah, they exist for a reason.
They're real. They're kind of real, but they're also a little exaggerated. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah.
A Ford also said, it was a late message, but said that Colin Kaepernick played basketball for Donovan. Wow, that's interesting. Damn, small world, I guess. So that's family friend of of ours for a long time.
Oh,
That is, big,
So that's perfect.
big
dude.
basketball guy,
You get a read
basketball
on him.
coach. But yeah, so supposedly Kaepernick played,
Coached for him.
played basketball for a family friend of
Must have knew him
of
pretty well.
mine and A Ford's.
I was always and still like it's
Oh, and
like
he pitched as well. Interesting.
I knew he was a big
So he was a
baseball player.
triathlete.
I know
a triathlete.
He was a super good pitcher. Supposedly.
sick.
Like he threw the ball.
A lot
That's a
of-
super
a
common
lot of
thing,
these
right? Like
quarterbacks
quarterback.
aren't.
Quarterbacks and pitching.
Is that what you just said, Turtle?
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. A lot of
for sure.
quarterbacks.
Like Kyler Murray.
Yep. I was gonna say Kyler Murray.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yep, Mahomes was the one I was gonna bring up.
Like Murray was already drafted by the Oakland A's, right? Like, he was already
yeah,
drafted,
he
but
was.
he was like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm going to football."
Yep. And Kaepernick, or not Kaepernick, sorry, we were just talking about Kaepernick. Mahomes
Kaepernick
was
might have got
drafted also
drafted
too, right?
Kaepernick might have got drafted too.
Maybe wasn't
I don't
Mahomes drafted also
remember.
though?
I
Maybe.
don't remember if Mahomes got drafted, but obviously he chose football.
His dad was an MLB pitcher though.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
dad played baseball.
Yep. Super crazy.
I'm just more of a baseball guy, so I know like those things. But
A Ford said, if I'm not mistaken, he was drafted to pitch as well. Yeah. But yeah, that's Turtle. A Ford in the chat also is, same thing. Huge baseball guy. So, yeah, and he's saying he thinks he was drafted to pitch as well. So yeah, you guys were probably onto something.
normally this is where I'd plug my home team and say like, "Go Rays," but I'm just so disappointed, man.
Yeah.
We had so much upside at the beginning of the season, and like our team got like watered down. Like our power. Like our OPS and everything. For those who don't know,
Go ahead.
that just basically as well as you hit.
Yeah.
That's just easy explanation. And it just got watered down. So by the time we got to the playoffs, well, at least we got to the playoffs. That's great. But by the time we got there, we couldn't do crap because against an actual team that knows what they're doing, it just like it's not good.
For sure. That's yeah. Have at it, dude. Have at it, dude. Do it. That's JT just said. It reminds me of Johnny Manziel. He was listed as a shortstop for A&M, and then for the Padres. She said, I like to call him Johnny Baseball. And yeah, see, that's like Johnny Manziel. I always call him Johnny Football for that exact same reason. Like, he was another guy that was same thing, baseball and football pro. But yeah, good old Johnny Football.
Yeah, I'm converting to be an LSU fan.
You say you're converting to be an LSU fan? That's great.
I don't know. I really don't know what the records are looking like, but bro, I can't handle it. Right? I just can't handle it.
For college, I always just say that I'm a Bama fan, just because Bama is like the best, Because I don't watch college sports enough, so like everybody's like, "What's your college team?" I'm like, Bama.
Kind of like people saying they like the Yankees.
Yeah, exactly. It's the
And I
exact
see
same
these
concept.
people, they wear Yankees attire, like hats or shirts,
Yeah,
for fashion.
that's the thing. Yeah, Yankees are like the cool team to be a fan of.
Yeah,
A Ford said- Sorry, go ahead, Turtle.
I was just saying I try to get close to my mic there without overdoing it.
Oh no, yeah, you definitely didn't blow it out. You're good.
You're good.
Okay.
A Ford said Johnny Manziel was a total letdown. JT said absolutely letdown. He was great in college, cocky but great. It's one of those things. It's like the Tebow thing too. I mean, Tebow was phenomenal in college, and then kind of his NFL career. Were you gonna say don't get you started on
it's
Tebow?
different though, because
not
Tebow.
not me, but don't get my
It's
family
totally
started on Tebow.
Oh yeah.
That's totally different, bro. Because the thing about Tebow was that Tebow. There's so many problems with Tebow as a quarterback, but you can't say that his mentality and his work ethic was ever the issue, right? Like he went to practice, he was always trying to make his throwing motion better, but he was just never really good enough at it, right? Like Johnny Manziel was like it was all his attitude, and he had a drug issue too, right?
Gotcha.
Like he had pill issues.
Okay.
He pills and parties. And he just didn't practice. And people were like, bro, if
Gotcha.
you need, like, you are so talented, in order to make it to the next step, you need to study.
Yeah.
You need to like do film.
Yeah.
You need to fix a couple of your mechanics and go to these intense practices. And he was like, no, I'm just gonna party.
Okay.
And
That
that's
is
why he never
also-
made it to the next level. Tebow on the other hand,
True.
was always like, Tebow was like Tebow was like Taysom.
Yeah.
Tebow and Taysom are the exact same. They're
For
like,
sure.
but Taysom came at the perfect time because Tebow, they didn't know what to do with Tebow.
Yeah.
They're like,
Taysom
well,
came
if-
at the time where a utility player was like starting to boom. Yeah.
Like we could use this guy every
Yeah.
once in a while.
Yeah.
You know, where with Tebow, they're like, well, if you're gonna be quarterback, you have to be quarterback 4 downs.
Correct.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
You got to sit in the pocket.
Yeah.
But now they're like, dude, we can bring this guy in. We got a package for
one
him.
play.
Dude,
Yeah.
imagine how great Tebow would be in
Yeah,
a Tebow package.
that's true.
He just came in 10 years too early.
That's true. A Ford said
That-
Tebow equals college football Jesus. Yeah, he was great.
Oh my
in
god,
college.
those speeches like that. Have you ever seen that? Dude, have you ever seen that one speech after the game they lose?
No.
Well,
I'll
let's
look it up.
watch that. We're
Yeah,
gonna watch
go
that
ahead,
right
Turtle,
now.
while
Let's
I
get all
pull
emotional,
this
dude.
video up.
Type in
All right.
Tebow Florida speech. Just that's all, dude. It's it's one of the greatest speeches in sports history.
Everyone here likes to say that Peyton fucked over Tebow.
What?
Because
Oh my.
yeah,
Oh
because
please.
like they like to say that because
That's the one.
Peyton was like, get rid of that guy or something like that.
Yeah, no, yeah, because Peyton came in right after and replaced Tebow. Yeah, but I mean, come on. I mean, Tebow was like that was the issue is that he was an experiment that
Yeah.
it was
Yeah,
never it was
experiment-
always gonna end.
Experiments in sports either go really, really well
Or
or
really
just
bad.
go right down the drain.
Yeah.
They have a really high ceiling and a really low floor,
For sure.
but the issue is there's no in between.
Yeah. And yeah, it's like there's definitely it can go well. Like JT just said, I love Taysom so much. Yeah, like Taysom, that's an experiment that went really well. But yeah, it's like you said, there's a high reward and
Ceiling.
also high ceiling, high floor for sure.
And low. Oh no, low floor.
Low floor. Yeah.
Yeah, it just has great ups and downs, but not a lot of middle.
All right, let's see
Like,
this speech real quick.
Yeah, so this is a post game
I thought we had
after
a
they
good
like
mindset. I thought we had a good game
they
plan.
just
I have
lost.
You know,
perfect
we just
people. I'll wait.
you know, we didn't start out great, but then we got momentum going and we got some points up there, got the lead, and then you know had those turnovers that stuff we never do, and then that kind of just. I don't know.
Why does he
I
look
think
like he
maybe
wants to
took
cry?
A little confidence.
Yeah, that's
in
who
us
he
and just
is.
the momentum and,
He's a
for
very
the next few
emotional
drives,
football.
Yeah.
playing like the Florida Gators. And then we got back going and got back the momentum and started making plays again. Just stupid mistakes. You heard me talk after the Tennessee game about how well we did, you know, with not putting our defense in bad positions and not turning the ball over. And we did that this game. You know, that's something you want as a quarterback, the opportunity, 2 minutes to go in the game and have a shot to lead your team down for the victory. And the whole time had 100% trust and faith in my team and myself that we were going to drive down and score. And I still, even on 4th and 1, did. That's something that very, very rarely we get stopped on 4th and 1. It's kind of a little bit of our,
A Ford said goat.
you know,
Yeah, he was great.
swaggers that we can convert
Tebow's
always
awesome.
on 4th and 1. And
You know who reminded me of
we've done
Tebow
for last
in high school?
years,
Austin was
and,
Richard Murphy.
yeah,
He
he's kind of a
used to it.
Tebow like
Yeah,
character for
he
sure. He
was.
probably loved Tebow.
Of
extremely
course he did.
disappointed.
You know he did.
Yeah, you got to give
Yeah,
credit
so I got a
Ole
perfect
Miss.
example of a Tebow like kind of experiment player,
Yeah.
but for baseball.
Okay.
So we've all probably heard of Shohei Ohtani.
Yep.
Probably a little bit, right?
JT just said she's an Angels fan, so yeah,
Okay.
she's gonna chime in with you.
So Shohei Ohtani is not the original two-way player.
Okay.
The original, well, at least before Shohei, it's probably someone else. But there's a player for the Tampa Bay Rays, and he's still in their minor league system. I really don't know what's going on with him. I think he got hurt or something. He's rehabbing, you know, all this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Brendan McKay. Brendan McKay is a lefty. He
Okay.
hits and he pitches, and he was pretty dang good at all of it. And the only issue was I don't really remember exactly what happened, but I'm pretty sure it was just injury that got him. But like that's another thing because if you're injured as a two-way player, you're
Yeah.
not just injured as one player. You're injured as two, as in the title. You know, like your
Okay.
team is not just relying on you.
Yeah, so you're injured on your minor league team, and you're also injured on your pro team.
No. So you're injured as a hitter, and you're injured. as
Oh,
a
okay. I get what you're saying. If you're a two-way, yeah.
So like it's double the hurt, you
Yeah.
know, because
And Juice said he's a Rays fan and he injured his elbow. The guy you're talking about.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. I mean, that's a killer injury for pitchers, especially
sure.
if it's on the throwing arm. But I still think my least favorite injury to come from the Rays recently. My boy Glass now.
What happened
I
to him?
even had I gotta start from this though. I had a hat. I got it from the mall.
Okay.
And at a lid store. Actually, wait. I forget which one. But anyways, I got it at a lid store in the mall, and I got Glasnow. Isn't it? He's a pitcher. He's really freaking tall. He's cool. I got that on the side of my hat. Yeah, last time I'm ever do that because that jinxed the fuck out of me.
Oh, jeez.
That season he got hurt with an injury, and he ended up he needed Tommy John. And if you don't know what Tommy John is, it's like a really lengthy not surgery,
it's not
but
good.
like recovery.
Yep.
It's a really lengthy recovery. And so yeah, I'm not doing that ever again. But I think the curse is broken because I had a puppy at the time, and she ripped up that hat. So hopefully the curse is broken.
Hopefully.
And they re-signed him. So
well, hopefully the puppy shred in the hat broke the curse.
yeah, she's not a puppy anymore, but he didn't play for a lot of that season, and then all of that regular season.
Mm-hmm.
His first game back, I don't know why they even do this. It's kind of silly, but his first game back was in the postseason. So the Rays, if you don't, they're experiment kind of team because they don't have a lot of money to go around. It's not like football where there's a cap. Like the Yankees spend literally $160 million or something like that on salary.
Jeez.
But the Rays have 70.
That's so gnarly, dude.
Yeah. But anyways, there's another pitcher named Shane McClanahan, and he's an awesome pitcher. He's local, as in not like the college I go to, but he's local as in he went to a college that was local to where I used to live.
Gotcha.
And he went nuts this season, but his very first game was in the postseason. As a rookie. The Rays do things like that all the time, and I feel like that's what gives them an edge, and throws off teams like the Yankees.
Yeah, but then aren't they just gonna sell him?
That is an issue with
That's
the
the problem with
Rays.
base. No, it's just the problem with
But
baseball,
here's
right?
Yeah.
no.
Baseball.
Here's why the Rays are good at what they do, and my neighbor explained this to me well, because he's a diehard Rays and baseball fan, and he knows people in the system and everything like that. So, two things. It's much, much cheaper to buy defense than it is to buy offense. So if you look for the longest time with Kevin Cash as the Rays manager, they had a lot of freaking pitching that was pretty nice and maybe not the best hitters, right? So,
Sorry,
yeah.
I was reading Jew Diddley's comment. Jew Diddley said, "Don't buy a
Don't
Rays
buy a Rays
jersey."
jersey with a name on it.
It's
Yeah.
words of wisdom.
Yeah.
But
Love you, Jew.
another strategy is younger players. Like if you can
Yeah.
get good,
A good scouting department.
yeah, and if you get good draft picks and just keep them in your system, or get a trade for people in the system, you can. Well, Wander Franco is supposed to be like super awesome, but I still don't think he's like awful. But like he didn't have a good season. But like we have a player called, of course, Wander Franco. If you know who Bryce Harper is,
Yeah.
he is projected to be the next Bryce Harper. Like he was #1 rated prospect, and he's just gonna crush it. His very first, his very first hit was a home run, if I remember, like a 3-run home run, and it was just like, it was awesome. But I'm pretty sure the next season, just a lot of shit went down. But yeah, the Rays are awesome. That's all I gotta say.
Oh, yeah. A Ford said, I remember when the Yankees infield was worth more than 13 other teams' salaries combined.
Oh, was
Yeah,
it
soccer's
with
like
Jeter?
that too.
That's so gnarly, dude. Yeah, the
Jeter,
Yankees just have
Aroyd.
probably, yeah. The Yankees just have money like crazy. And then Cam came in and said, "My boys," he said, "Are you guys up to listening to some music I made?" Yeah, sure. I was gonna say I sent a message in Discord the other day, Cam. I don't know if you ever saw it, but when you linked your original song, I listened to some of your music in the car that day, actually on my way home from work, and it was
Yeah.
good, dude.
Yeah. So
It
just-
was. Sorry, I was gonna say let me see the Discord message because it'll be direct to Cam, but he'll know what I'm talking
I
about.
did see it. I did see it as well.
Yeah,
Right there.
so I listened to Composure and Options, Cam, and they were both sick. They were super, super, super well done. Very good stuff. Also, Austin, I saw that you linked a hand pan video.
Yeah, those are amazing.
Hand pans are sweet, dude. There's a dude on TikTok, Ethereal Forever, I think is his name. And he just does lives and he just plays a hand pan. And it's beautiful. It's like one of the sweetest.
They're really
instruments ever.
easy to play.
Yeah.
Like
He plays
I've
it
thought
very
about
well, though.
I've thought about buying one.
They're expensive.
Nah, I mean they're $300.
Yeah.
I guess that's expensive, but
Yeah.
that's definitely worth it to me because you get them and then they just play. It's like, yeah, you just play pentatonics and it's just beautiful.
Yeah.
I honestly think, yeah. Anyways,
JT also said that's why we picked up Mike Trout early, and he's also the GOAT now.
yeah,
He's
that's
always been an angel, always will be.
it's pretty crazy.
It's a
that
Bryce
he's-
Harper's
it's pretty
trash.
crazy that he stayed, but they're able to do that. That's good.
Yeah.
Good
But
for
it's
him.
like you said, picking up people early. Scouting departments help. a
Yeah,
ton.
that's a good way to not spend a lot of money, and then I mean soccer is very similar to like that as well because there's no salary cap, so the biggest teams in the world just have insane budgets, while the smaller
Gotcha.
teams they're not as good, but what they focus more on is good tactics.
Mhm.
They get a good coach, and then the coach just can coach just a good coach in soccer. Just like so, there's some coaches that are just like get me just it's gonna sound like Moneyball, right? Like think about it. A good coach in soccer will be like, just get me like I just need 10 fast guys, 10
Yeah.
speedsters. They don't even need to know how to dribble. I'll just put them into place. You know what I mean? It's just like, and they can be cheap because they're not technically gifted or anything. Or just give me 10 really good defenders and no one's gonna score on us. And then
Yeah.
give me like the best goalie in the world. Like the best goalies in the world are oftentimes not on the best teams. They're on the teams that the best teams have to play against
Yeah.
in soccer. Which there's probably something similar to that in like baseball as well.
For sure.
Yeah.
But there's probably an equivalent. But like, yeah, there's different ways to do it. Like, it's not always just about getting the biggest hammers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That cost super money. So having a good scouting department, or even maybe like getting a bunch of just veterans and getting a veteran coach. You know, bunch of veterans that are just cheap, and then having a couple of really good cheap young guys, a mix. I don't know, but there's all different types of strategies for sure. When you don't have a salary cap.
Yeah.
So are you guys ready to hear? Also, this is a good stat to have here too. Are you guys ready to hear the salary difference between the Yankees as the number 7 top salary?
Wait, are you
That's on
talking
their
about
bio.
right now? Are you
Yeah,
talking about
this is
salary cap right now?
2023 total
Oh,
payroll.
yeah. We
Okay.
could hold on. Let us just look that up so that we can show the stream.
Oh, or yeah,
I'll
or
send you the link.
yeah. I was gonna say, do you have a link? Yeah. That would make it a
I
lot
got
easier.
2 links because I'm gonna give you like
So, like Wikipedia.
another stat, and then
I mean, it's pretty crazy, you know. I mean,
um,
that's just how
this
the
is
sport
like
is.
this is just a fraction of the stuff I would have to know, or at least look up for when I had that hardcore fantasy baseball.
Let's look at like
Oh, yeah.
the top and then
league.
look at the bottom.
But hold on. All right, so the top one, I'm looking at the top one right now.
Okay.
So let me know when you have it on your screen and everything, so everybody knows what I'm talking about, because I'll probably be confused. But yeah.
Yep.
So
Go ahead.
Okay, so if you look number 7, the New York Yankees.
Yep.
Their total payroll is 100. Wait, okay. My dyslexic. 1 second. Okay. 150,985,714 dollars.
Yeah.
Okay. I overestimated the Rays' salary because I was used to, I think the No. I'll tell you why. I was used to a different one in a second. But the Rays have 37,554,000.
That's so insane,
545.
dude.
So like they have to stretch every
hold
dollar,
on, scroll
bro.
up though, because that number is just that's what their payroll is.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
necessarily what their fund
Because
is.
like, look,
That's
if
just
you know
what their
what
current
baseball
payroll
is,
is.
well, not that. Hold on. If you know how baseball works, it is not starting roster type of sport. Like the entire like even the minor leagues and so they call it the MILB, right? That's the minor league.
Mm-hmm.
And the MLB. All of that counts because you're shifting players in and out all season long.
And this number that
And-
we're looking at right here is it says 26-man payroll. So
Yeah.
that's
No,
like,
go to the right. It's on the right.
and that's their
Total
20
payroll.
That's the total payroll. So they have
Yeah,
the
I'm
total
looking at the
payroll
gray.
and then the 26-man payroll, and then
Okay.
they have some. There looks
So-
like there's some nice retained, buried, suspended. That's some fine detail stuff, but
Yeah, that doesn't really. Yeah. So if you look at the other link, this is
Okay.
a great way to tell in the off season for fantasy baseball who you want to sink on. Because if you see that they're under a huge salary or something, and they're a decently known player, probably not gonna get traded, or probably not gonna get dropped, or probably not gonna get
here we
whatever.
go.
But
Look
okay,
at
I
it.
want to tell you something.
Wait,
So
23% of the payroll is on Garrett Cole.
Yeah.
That's so insane. So this is payroll percentage by player.
And it's more
It's a pitcher,
salary,
right? Pitcher.
It's more salary than the entire raise.
Yeah,
Salary.
that's insane. That dude alone is making more than the entire Rays
So
total
the people
salary.
that
But
make
yet
money
the
in
rate-
baseball are pitchers,
Yeah,
hitters, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
iconic pitchers.
yeah.
Like DeGrom or I guess Syndergaard, and then another one was Scherzer, aka Max Scherzer. But yeah, I think it was like DeGrom was getting paid a crap ton because he upped his heater or something, and I don't know. But anyways, I wanna tell you about some of these players. So first of all, Giancarlo Stanton started on the Marlins. I'm not saying anything here, but when he went from the minor leagues to the Marlins, he buffed up a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. And this guy, if you he has that kind of forehead, like if you know what I'm talking about, like the steroid forehead. This guy has that.
Yeah,
This guy has
A Ford
that.
in chat just said steroids.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's so annoying.
Roid monster.
And Giancarlo Stanton is a hitter.
Yep.
Josh Donaldson is a hitter. Obviously it says position here as POS. That does not mean piece of shit. That means position. But like, if you look, I mean, a lot of their payroll is like designated hitter, which is Giancarlo Stanton,
Yeah.
and infield. Also, if you look for Aaron Judge, is he? Oh, maybe he's not.
There's
I think
something
he
weird
got
about
traded.
this.
Something happened with Aaron Judge, but Aaron Judge is like 6 foot. Like
Is his contract? He doesn't have a contract in 2023. Is that the case? Like his contract?
probably,
Because
yeah.
didn't he bet on himself this year or something? I don't know anything about baseball, but I hear everybody's
No, I
like
think
he
that
bet
was
on
someone
himself
else.
this year. No, it's Aaron Judge bet on himself this year because he's having a crazy year.
So here he
didn't
was in
hear
the
it,
2022 one.
See, so that's what it
yeah.
is. So they wanted to re-up his contract, but he said no, and he's had the craziest year, and so they said he earned himself like $150 million
Jeez.
because
Wow.
he didn't do his he didn't renegotiate before this year, and he's having
Okay.
like the year of years, and so
But-
he still hasn't made a new deal. That's why if you go onto their 2023 budget, he's not there, but if you go onto their 2022 budget, he's
Gotcha.
making $19 million, which is insane.
Yeah.
Because he's
Yeah.
gonna make what, 60 million maybe?
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
Yeah. Outlandish.
So I want to tell you like why the Yankees are so powerful, and here's why. So if you see, there's like Garrett Cole. We know who Garrett Cole is. He's been on the Yankees for like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. Then there's Giancarlo Stanton, LeMahieu. We got Aaron Hicks. We got and Gleyber Torres. But like, here is what is so interesting. Anthony Rizzo. Let's just start there.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Rizzo, amazing first baseman. He was getting traded for whatever from the Cubs. And he just like, obviously he went to the Yankees because the Yankees could pay for his salary and everything. But like, that's what's so powerful about the Yankees. They can pick up anybody's salary that they want and go from there. Like, where's another guy? Josh Donaldson, same exact thing. Kiner Falefa, same thing.
oh wait, hold on. I got a cool guy. Boone, Aaron Boone.
Yeah.
That's like a great uncle of mine.
Wait, really?
My maiden name is Boone.
I was gonna say,
I'm
yeah,
the
you're
Boone
the
family.
Boones. Yep.
And he's a Boone. And so I've been to his parents, not his parents' house, but what was the other Boone that played? Not the manager, not Aaron Boone, but the guy who played for Cincinnati. That's his nephew. Who's the guy who played for Cincinnati? He was the pitcher for Cincinnati. The other Boone.
I can search it right now.
He
Yeah,
didn't play
that's
very
fine.
much, but he played for a
Right?
little bit.
Wait, no,
Bob
no.
Boone,
No, I think Bob Boone is like the original. He's like the grandpa.
Danny Boone,
I don't think maybe it was I don't think it was Danny Boone.
Aaron Boone.
I think it was like Matt or something like that.
Brett Boone.
No.
Yeah, I'm looking it up too.
I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
know.
trying to find it.
But yeah, Aaron.
Brett. A4 said Brett. Bob.
Yeah, so Brett and Bob, they're all like I've been to
Brett, Bob, and Aaron. he said?
Bob's son's house. Bob is the old one, right? Bob's the old. He's dead now. But Bob's son, so they are Boons, but they also have Indian in them. That's where all that's where all their athleticism comes
Yeah.
from. It comes from the Indian side. So the Boone side, so Bob Boone is the old man, and then his son, they have a very nice house.
Brett and Aaron.
So it's Brett.
Okay.
I like Aaron.
Brett's parents are, I don't know. His parents
Mm-hmm.
are.
Oh wait, Matt. You said
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
Yeah. Siblings. Matthew Boone.
Okay. So, yeah, they both. Anyways, they were. So I actually met Matt, but I never met the other ones. But
Okay.
and just like barely met him. I think. If I could be. But anyways, the point is that they're if you see them, they have like an Indian look to them. And that's where all their athleticism comes from. But I know Aaron Boone was a manager of the Yankees and people hated him, right? Anyways, yeah. So people have strong opinions of Aaron Boone in our family too.
I think that's just something that happens when you're on the Yankees. That's something that just happens. People are gonna hate you. But I never really hate and I'm a Rays fan. We're all in the AL East here, and not even just the AL, which is like the AFC and the NFC. Okay, the AL is just like the American League. But we have to deal with the Yankees all the time because of being
Also
in
big
the AL
NRA
East.
guys.
Oh, really?
And
That's great, guys.
the guys I
A4 said,
always
"Do you mean a
kinda
big Guardians
dislike-
look?" LOL. That's great.
the guys I always kind of disliked were Alex Rodriguez.
Yeah.
I don't know. He just always gave me bad vibes, and of course steroids.
Yeah.
For some reason I didn't really like Derek Jeter, but I mean that's just 'cause I was younger. I didn't like Derek Jeter because he's on the Yankees. But I don't like Giancarlo Stanton. That is like one of the top hated players for me. But the number one top hated player on my list, on my hit list, well, not literally, okay, calm down, is Garrett fucking Cole. I hate Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole, if you look
Sounds like you just
on
hate
some
the
of the
Yankees.
footage,
Yeah.
if you look on some of the footage of Garrett Cole, especially when he was on the Astros,
Yeah.
the cheating Astros too. If you don't know, the Astros cheated and won the World Series,
Yeah.
and they got taken
Oh
away.
yeah,
But
all the
anyways,
banging and whatnot.
Yeah, so this is what happened with Garrett Cole that I don't like. I saw when he was on the Astros that it's just called foreign substance. All that means is they have something on their hat, they rub it on their finger to get extra grip on the ball.
Yep.
But there's a reason why you're not allowed to do that kind of stuff, because you can get crazy freaking revs on the ball with some stuff. And it's crazy. But anyways, if you look at the playoffs that year when they beat the Rays, Garrett Cole had a patch of something on his hat, and he kept going to his hat too, and he just kept he kept adjusting his hat over and over, and that might be one of those kind of things, that's how baseball is. It's very much like that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you saw the patch, and there's a statistic, or not really a statistic, it's a thing. Garrett Cole and Giolito too, but Giolito's a different thing. But Garrett Cole was one of the worst starting pitchers. He was one of the worst starting pitchers in the American League.
That's just your opinion.
Until no, I'm serious with stats. The stats show he was one of the worst ranked starting pitchers. Okay, and then he went on to the Astros, the cheating Astros team. And
yeah. He likes the sticky stuff.
Yeah. JT said they were just caught again. The illegal bat that was gifted from Pujols. Then A4 said, "Win at all costs. Otherwise, why are you playing?"
But yeah, all of a sudden, he was
facts.
number one. He was number one.
Hey man, if everybody else is doing it, I see everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
And then when everybody doesn't do it, he gets worse, but everybody else gets worse too. That's the thing that they don't talk about. What's up?
You don't know about the crackdown, do you?
No, I remember how it stopped the spin rate and his spin rate went way down. But the thing is that everybody's spin rate went way down.
Yeah.
And maybe he was the best at it, but everybody's spin rate went way down, right? But he was the biggest abuser. I didn't know that. the
But
sticky
you
stuff, the white
know-
stuff on his hat and stuff.
Yeah.
But like
you
the thing
know-
is if everybody's doing it,
You
like
have to do it to stay competitive at that point, right?
what is Garrett
Yeah,
Cole
but,
supposed to
like-
just not do? Because the thing is if here's the thing: if everybody's doing it, the best throwers are gonna do it the best,
Of course.
right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like if everybody's throwing in football, if everybody's throwing a deflated ball, then Aaron Rodgers is gonna throw a deflated ball better than anybody else. So it's gonna look like Aaron Rodgers is cheating more than everybody else. But
Yeah.
what's really going on is everybody's just cheating. It's just he's the best
He's
at
the
it.
best at the
If
cheat,
you
yeah.
did the crackdown, because I remember they did the crackdown, and then supposedly it's kind of doing it, but they found like they go inside their pants or so. I don't know. It's like now it seems like they're doing extremely elaborate ways to do it, and now they change the balls or something. There's a bunch. I'm a little. I'm obviously I know nothing about baseball, but I kind of pay attention to it, and I just think that like if everybody's doing it, then let everybody doing it.
Yeah.
But if we don't want to, if we're not going to do it, let's all not do it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
A4
And
just
so-
said, I love steroids, spitballs, all of it. If you suspend everyone who
Really?
cheats, we would have to go to the open tryouts to fill the teams.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean,
so
it's-
that's interesting. So like that's your take is that steroids, spitballs, like are there all for it? Like down for all of it? Like make it great? Yeah.
I'm kind of like of the same
Cork
like
and like
aspect. Like
cork and make the balls better. Because
I
there's
mean-
they make supposedly there's a new ball. Isn't that right, Turtle? There's a new ball now.
Yeah,
baseball?
So actually, this isn't like
there's a new
anything new.
Well,
Isn't
like
that-
relatively over the last couple of they always change the ball, but the new
Yeah,
ball
yeah,
this year is
They
extra.
call it juicing. They call it juicing the ball, and they unjuiced the ball this last season.
Gotcha.
So like they made the ball worse. But at the same time, what was I gonna say? Trevor Bauer has a YouTube channel, and he's that controversial pitcher from the Dodgers.
What's it controversial for? I'm just kidding.
Allegations. Okay.
I'm just
Anyways,
kidding. I know I was baiting you, bro.
okay.
So he likes
Um,
he's got a certain fetish with his women, okay?
Yeah. But anyways, he has a video somewhere that
Dude, I've heard
says
that's
exactly
wild
what-
shit.
exactly what you're saying. Like he agrees with you. But here's the thing about spin rate.
Dude.
Here's a little tiny quiz. What's a harder to hit ball? Okay. 75 miles an hour with
Mhm.
a huge spin rate,
Yeah.
or 100 miles an hour with like a moderate spin rate.
You say what's harder to hit?
Yeah.
The slower ball with the higher spin rate.
And that also affects it's not like it's just the slower balls that affect. It also affects like faster pitch balls too.
Yeah.
So like spin rate is just, it's one of those things like kind of deadly, because it can also like, I'm not saying it ruins the sport, because that's not at all. What I'm saying here is like it can make the sport less interesting, and that's what they're trying to do with next season.
Yeah.
Next season, there's going to be a pitch clock. So that's not even
Interesting.
the worst thing. The worst thing, do you know what the shift is?
You said the shift?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
All right, let me find you a video real quick so
Okay.
entertain people.
A4
But-
said you have to punish a few that to show that you're doing something kind of like the war on drugs. And then you said which one's harder to hit, the fastball with the slow spin rate or the slow ball with the high spin rate? And he said I'll hit both. They both taste like chicken.
They both taste like chicken.
Yep. He's
All
gonna eat on both of them.
So this is the shift. They're getting, obviously these are crazy shifts, but they're getting rid of the shift, which is
Oh, are you talking
totally-
about like shifting an off, like shifting a defensive formation?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
They're
Yeah.
getting rid of that.
Oh, whoa. Sorry, I just didn't know what you meant when you said the shift. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, so they're making it illegal to shift a defensive formation.
Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna work, but I just know that
Okay.
they banned it. And it's gonna
Ooh, those
honestly
are some nice boots.
Yeah.
That-
Those are Blundstones,
honestly-
dude.
honestly that's probably gonna make it really boring for
Yeah.
me. But
So
for
it's
some
like
people, I guess so.
at
They
the beginning
want
of the
more
video you
offense.
just sent, it shows like, yeah, the crazy, literally the video is called MLB craziest shift plays, but like you can see the shift here
Yeah.
that they're doing.
Yeah.
Like if anybody doesn't know what a shift is, like look at this
Tactical
defensive
position.
formation.
Yeah, formations.
They've just got
That's just
everybody right side of the defense. And guess what? Dude just dribbles the ball to the right
because that's
side.
where he wants to
Gunning him at the
throw.
plate.
So
Gunning
why
him at
should you
first.
not allow? They obviously know he's going to throw there, so that's why they put every. Why should you not allow your team to make tactical moves?
Well, because it's like Turtle just said, it's like they're making
they
the
want to
game.
handicap them.
Yes, and
They
it's
wanna
gonna
put
make
their
and it's
rope
gonna
behind
make
them back?
yes, it's gonna make the game way more boring, and it's gonna make it because like imagine if they do that shift and the dude is like all of a sudden just can hit he can hit
not-
oppo that day. The
that's-
ball's going to the fence, dude.
These shifts are not what's making a baseball slow and
No,
boring.
of course not.
It's the announcers.
Yeah.
It's
I gotta
their
say something.
politics.
Yeah.
It's their
Yeah, shifting
stuck-up
is not
attitude.
helping it's not shifting is not hurting the game.
It's the
Yeah.
snobbiness.
A Ford said the pussification of the game. Exactly.
I gotta say something.
Yeah.
So like the reason why they're doing this is obviously to get more offense because offense sells.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's to string. It's
But
to
hold on.
It's to
tie
help the
the
batter, yeah.
yeah.
This it's like one of those things. Like, is it really going to help the game? I think it's going to make it like worse.
It's
I
gonna
think
make it way
yeah.
worse.
Well, because exactly.
Because like if you see, I think it's either Framber or is it Christian? I think it's Christian Javier or Christian Javier. He has like a crazy windup, and
Mhm.
he's like one of those methodical like windup kind of like he has like a little thing he does every single time, and I guess for some people that can get kind of boring, but I like watching that kind of stuff.
We're gonna
Yeah.
struggle with
It
some of
lets
this
me
windup.
know.
Is that are we taking windups out? Is that what you're
That's what
saying?
he's saying. They're gonna have a pitch clock.
Yeah, so you have to shorten it. If
Yeah.
it's
So
long.
basically, it's like the pitch clock. You're gonna get the ball back, and the clock's gonna start for like whatever 15 seconds, and then
That's
you immediately
part
have
of
to like go into it.
That's part of the game.
Yeah.
Because if you don't understand why that is, if you
To-
never played baseball and you don't understand why, it's because when you're batting, you're really honestly you're hitting the ball from the spin
Mm-hmm.
that you see, and you're also hitting it from where like obviously in the pros it's kind of different, but where they release the ball and stuff like that. But what happens is when you get rid of like when you do have a pitch clock, it makes it harder, way harder for the pitcher to like have a cool like wind up,
Yeah.
which can deceive the batter.
Yeah. It's gonna knock him out of his rhythm.
It's part of the game. There's gonna be so many pitchers that are just gonna be dog shit
Mm-hmm.
because they
For a little
that's
bit.
part
Yeah.
of their deception. Pitchers are deceivers. That's what they do.
For sure.
Because if they're like, hey, actually, hold on, I'll give that a second. Okay. If they do that for every single batter, that
Yeah.
batter's gonna know there's gonna be a slider. Or let's just use curveball. Everybody knows what curveball is.
Mhm.
So like, if they know a curveball's coming, and they want to hit a curveball, boom, that's going over the fence, right?
Yep.
But in counter argument there, there's been pitchers like Trevor Bauer who they go and they like they use hand signs to tell the batter like, hey, I'm throwing this, not like to like destroy a game, but like just because they're friends.
Mm-hmm.
He still strikes him out sometimes.
Yeah.
'Cause sometimes they're just that good. But if every pitcher did that, that would destroy it. That just obviously destroy it. That's why there's got to be deception.
I agree.
Baseball is a game of the mental state.
And
It is
JT
not-
said, I disagree. They'll adjust, but it's like you just said, Austin. They'll adjust eventually, sure. But yeah, I mean, for a while, it's gonna be.
It's gonna be fucked up.
Yeah.
Next season, watch.
Yeah.
Watch. Next season's gonna be fucked up at
You
least.
just
a little
call time and move on. What does that mean?
I mean, like let's see, it's dumb, but they'll just adjust. The clock isn't gonna ruin baseball. You could just call time and move on. Oh, so like if you're running out of time in the pitch clock, you could just call a timeout and then
You call
slow
timeout.
down. Yeah, and then like slow down, debrief, and then go back, reset, and then start your play
So
clock.
here's my thing. Like, what
Kind of like a quarterback when he runs out of
do you
time
think
at the line.
people? Do you think people? There's like some things that people say that baseball. Let's not try to necessarily fix it, but there's some common things that people say. Oh, there's issues with baseball. Baseball is
Boring.
okay. Baseball is like, what else do you think?
Slow.
Okay, so like, what do you think? Do you think it's a pitcher's windup that's slowing the game down?
Not necessarily.
Okay, hold on. I have a few questions to
Yeah.
ask here. I'm
Yeah.
kind of like pulling out of things, so I just want kind of like your answers.
Yeah.
So yes, it's probably not the windups.
No.
It's probably not the shift changes.
Nope.
Right? Like, oh, hold on, he's coming over here.
No.
Here's what I think. I think every inning, like all that bullshit during every inning,
Yeah.
like an inning should be like run out there, run back on, 45-second timer.
Yeah.
None of this bullshit, everybody talking.
For
Hey,
sure.
the inning's over. I'm going to go grab a beer.
Yeah.
No.
Multiple minutes
Every
between each
inning,
inning.
every inning, every half inning.
Yeah.
Every half inning, we sit there with our dicks in our mouths.
Yep.
And the manager goes over and literally is chewing the shit.
Yeah.
And going, what's up, man? I'm talking shit. It's like, dude, this
Yeah.
is a freaking game. There is cameras on now. It's time to get serious. When 11 players run off of 53 yards,
Yeah.
they have 45 seconds to everybody get off. 11 other players get on. You huddle up. You say a play. It's hella complicated. Everybody gets set. You freaking motion. You have a cadence. And that's in 45 seconds.
Yeah.
Every half inning is 2.5 minute break. Commercial breaks. People are getting nachos. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's one thing.
They're
that's
warming
slowing
back
down.
up between
this,
yeah.
this seventh inning, like a seventh inning. Hey, we're gonna go
Hey,
leave. We're gonna
robots
go.
back.
We're gonna go leave the freaking restaurant. We're gonna go. I mean, leave the. It's the seventh inning down or whatever.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna go
Seventh
take a
inning
nap.
stretch.
We're gonna go take a nap.
Seventh
Like,
inning
come on,
stretch.
dude.
Yeah.
Dude, don't like.
There
there's
are a lot
so
of-
many. There's so many other ways. There's just a lot of like politics and a lot of tradition
For
in
sure.
baseball. That's what's slowing the game down.
I
You
agree.
know what I mean? Like
I agree.
not a wind up. Like when
Yeah.
when the pitcher, even if when the batter is up,
Mhm.
I'm anxious.
Yeah.
I'm looking. If the batter is in the batter's box, I'm looking. I'm anxious.
Yeah.
So that's fine. That can be slow. You know what I mean? But it's all
Yeah.
the time when all the players, there's too many timeouts. It seems like, I don't know what it's maybe not a timeout because I don't know baseball, but every single time the catcher, every single time momentum happens, momentum, we're pumped. The
Yeah.
catcher gets up and takes
And
his
walks
helmet
to the
off and
mound.
walks over to the pitcher.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck is this? Why do
Yeah.
we get to do this 10 times a game?
For sure.
Stop that.
There are a
Let's
lot of
go.
things that
45
yeah.
seconds. Let's go. 20 seconds. And you don't even need a clock. You just need an ump who's going, hey, man,
Yep,
let's get it
speed it
going.
up.
Let's
Yep.
get it going. But instead,
They do that.
but they didn't do it well enough. And now
Yeah.
we have to have a freaking pitch clock.
Yeah.
But we need an inning clock. We need
Yeah.
I'm done with all these
Yeah.
innings, man.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Because
I'm glad you
every
said
single time, oh, that was an awesome inning.
Mhm.
And then it's like, all right, now let's go sit in our chair.
Yeah.
You guys
I'm
want
glad you
something? You know what I mean? It happens 20 times a game.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that, but I've actually never heard anyone else ever say it was because of the commercial breaks. I guess I'm used to it because I've been watching baseball since I was a little kid.
Dude,
Yeah.
watch
Like-
soccer.
Yeah.
Soccer?
Have
Guess how
you
many
seen
commercial
hockey?
breaks happen in soccer?
None.
Halftime.
Halftime. Yeah. Exactly.
That's it. It's
Exactly,
beautiful, dude. And
But
hockey
it's
too.
instead
Oh,
of
hockey's like that
two.
too.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
hockey's
two.
a great sport to watch. Actually, you'd be surprised. It's like
Yeah.
it's intense because
Mhm.
people are just hitting each other, and there's no commercial breaks. Now you're gonna get pelted with ads, like
Yeah.
on the side
On
of
the
the.
sides, yeah.
But like that's the better way to do it, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Home of the Bolts. over
Basketball
here.
does it pretty well too. Like
Yeah.
basketball is good with momentum.
Shoot. I just looked at the time.
Oh
I think I
yeah,
gotta
it's
Yeah.
call
our
it.
time. Oh
I
yeah,
got
it's our
work.
time.
Yeah.
I-
So do I.
I got carried away.
No, you're all good. We were having good
That's-
sports
that's what we
conversation.
want, you know?
Yep. We had a good
Yeah.
sports conversation. We kind of spoke our thoughts
But
on
we were supposed to end at 10.
pitch counts and in counts. Yeah, we were supposed to end 15 minutes ago, but we went a little bit long, but no worries. But yeah, I unfortunately got to call it, guys. I've got to wake up early in the morning for my freaking hour-long trek out to my
Yeah.
stupid job.
Before
Um,
I go,
yeah, go for it.
before I go, I just want to say, if you ever want to talk any baseball, I know a shitload about baseball,
Sweet.
and I have a bunch of opinions. There may not be the most popular opinions. So,
That's
I
it.
mean, if you ever want to talk about baseball, let me know. Like, you guys are the football guys. I'm
Yep.
the baseball guy.
We need to get JT on the stream and talk baseball with you. JT knows way more about baseball than I could even fathom like, she knows more about baseball than I can even imagine knowing about baseball. And same with A Ford. If he's ever in the chat, he knows that dude's been he's been around a baseball diamond or two in his lifetime. On both sides of it, playing and coaching. Yeah, he's taught me everything I knew about baseball, and I don't know shit about fuck, so.
All right, peace, dudes.
Sweet. Yeah, thanks for stopping in, man. Turtle, we
man.
appreciate it. We'll
problem.
see you on the Discord.
See you again.
Let's talk again. All right,
Yeah,
bye.
definitely. We'll talk soon, man. Thank you, everybody, also that stopped into the show. We appreciate it. Hopefully, you guys enjoy a little bit of the sports talk. I know Chop came in saying he doesn't know anything about sports, but hopefully you learned a thing or two. Hopefully, the show was informational. Yeah, sorry to cut it off so abruptly, but yeah, unfortunately, I got to work in the morning. It's a bummer. But yeah, we'll be back. A Force, love you, turds. Love you too. Appreciate you stopping the show.
Yeah,
Thanks.
seriously.
It's great. Good conversations. Yeah, hopefully we'll be back with a midweek stream this week like normal. And then I think plan to shoot for a Friday stream so that we can stay up late. Don't got to worry about none of this BS work the next day, either Friday or Saturday, whatever. But yeah, thank you guys so much for stopping in. We appreciate you. Make sure that you check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, all at 2fuggin dudes. And remember, you can also check us out on our YouTube. We've got some original content up there as well as all the VODs for the streams. Thank you so much. Austin, you got anything before we get out of here?
No. Thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Good night, though.
Sweet.
I hope to do it again soon.
Yeah, definitely. We'll be back soon. Stay tuned. Follow us on our socials. You guys will know when we're streaming next. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you. We love you as always. Take care. Adios.